Alright, so it should start streaming momentarily. I'm gonna advertise the link. There we go. Should pop up shortly.
Send it in
Here, I'll send it in
uh
here real quick. Um, let's see, where else can I send it in?
Chase the Storm video announcements.
God, I'm getting pinged in Western Pacific, it looks like.
Why is Ryan pinging you, bro?
I don't know. Let's see, where's advertisements?
Oh, they deleted your stuff for
Yes,
misinformation?
they did. Oh my god.
No shot. Is it
And
actually
I bet they put
175
it
though?
in fake news. Let me look at it. Nope. Use me as a dislike button. Dang. Right.
You might want to change the thumbnail to like 140 something.
No, no.
Before everybody starts rioting with big shorts. I'm not even
Alright.
kidding. Come on.
Here, time to send it in. Announcements, the stream. Or no, video announcements, my bad.
Jace, can you let me talk in announcements and video announcements, please?
Not yet, not yet. Alright, hold on. I'm about to do
Oh,
the,
come on.
Not yet. Alright. You're only a mod. Alright. Tropical.
No
Remember,
way,
we're
bro.
live,
Call me
though.
only. No shot.
Tropical weather ping. Oh, oops. I don't know what happened there. Alright. So, we should be getting viewers now shortly. Yes, not yet. Almost, though. Just waiting for the first concurrent viewer to appear on stream. We normally get a big boost in the beginning. So that's what I'm waiting on.
Jace, do you have donations set up?
Nope, I can't yet. Alright. Let's say, hold on. I have an idea on what to say. Just saying, discussing it on stream. Alright, there we go. Alright, so, to touch land right now, and the system looks like it's weakening. I'm wondering if there's any good cameras in the area that can show it. Okay, I'm lagging some. I'm
Look
lagging
for
a lot.
look for a camera and you boost it a little. Actually, you know what? They're probably all down
Yeah, hold on.
on that
I'm
area.
lagging a bit.
Well,
There we go.
it's
Now
probably
it's...
tropical storm force on the coast.
Yeah, there's probably tropical storm force gust winds and definitely tropical storm sustained winds, maybe even hurricane sustained. Keep in mind this is likely a category 4, maybe just in a, you see how the eye is closing in right now. That means the storm's weakening
It,
due
it,
to land interaction.
it's a low end. Yeah, it's a low end category 4.
Something to note with this though is that there is the zenith angle, which means that's the camera or the main let's see, how do I describe this? I need the drawing tool. Give me the drawing tool. Okay, hold on. Anyways, guess I have to describe it without it. So, with the zenith angle, that mainly means the imagery is tilted some. All right, there we go. So, the eye, instead of it being a complete circle and whatnot, it may be an oval, and you're looking at the eye wall. So instead of this, then
Yep.
it's kind of cut off, and so you're looking at part of the eye wall. And sometimes with the zenith
Yeah,
angle,
yeah.
you might be looking at the entire eye wall as an eye, but this case is just like the right side of the storm here is the eye, or like the eye of it, and then the left side is just being covered with the eye wall kind of stuff. But it definitely is weakening, and that is apparent. Um, and that's very good news. It's due to the higher wind shear that's coming in right through.
Lydia's
Yeah,
eye
but
feels
a landfall is imminent
activated.
soon. Probably
Very
within the
soon.
next hour or so by the pace it's been moving. Let me see how long this imagery is. I think it's around 2 hours.
It's moving at 16 miles an hour.
All right, yeah.
16
So
miles,
it
so it's going pretty fast.
windy is good for imagery on the storm, which I'm gonna pull up right now. All right, so going over to Lydia's on satellites, this can show away how far the eye is from landfall. It does a good estimates, I'd say, just on satellite imagery. All right, so the center is hard to locate here. Going back to your imagery on this, um, the
Yep.
eye is around. Okay, yeah, it's a lot closer than this, I'd say. But if I were to um, put my guess on center and stuff, it shouldn't really be that far. Like less than 10 miles away from landfall. The eye is
Hmm.
basically part of it is overland, as confirmed by the latest imagery on here. As you can see, part of the eye is overland, and I believe visible imagery is available. Yep, just barely. See, part of the eye is going right over
Okay,
lands on this side.
gotcha. I see that. Let me
And also, I'm
see.
wondering if I can zoom out overall to see the outflow, the storm, the banding, all that stuff. See how widespread it is. You see, and part of the moisture is actually aiding in a flooding risk for parts of Texas. As you can see, all the moisture is
Of course,
being
yeah.
sheared this direction.
I see that. Yep.
So that's why we're getting lots of cloud cover and heavy rain in this area. And that could cause some flash flooding due to the stacked storms repeating one after another.
I mean, yeah. I mean, on my end, the entire coast of Texas, all the way up to Austin, Sherman, El Dorado, is under clouds
Yeah, here, I'll
from
pull up
just from
Zoom
Lydia.
Earth right now. They have a better
I'll take up
overall
my
imagery.
I'll take up my POV here. I can show what I see here. See all of this.
And then next we'll cover 93L with its tornado risk and stuff because I doubt we'll be doing a stream because it's a severe weather threats. Oh, they gave it a 0%
Okay.
chance. Okay. Yep. So let's see. Where do I go? Oh yeah. Here's the cloud cover. You'll notice it's being attached to the subtropical jet right over here. I'm causing wind
Yep.
shear. But yeah, most of the moisture from Lydia is getting sheared up towards Texas right now. Corpus Christi, that area, they're getting some of the flood risk in a slight risk, I believe. I don't think it's been up to moderates. And then
Hmm.
what's aiding in more of that moisture, though, is 93L. Right over here, the centers
Of
around
course.
this
Yep.
area, and some of the moisture can be reaching in parts of Texas and Mexico. But yeah, the
Yep.
main focus right now is going to
Yeah.
be Lydia, as it will make landfall as probably a category low end category 4 or high end category 3. I don't know if it's going to sustain its intensity for that long.
Due to shear. Due to
All right, let's
shear.
see. Yeah, what a day. It's starting to feel yeah, Lydia's starting to interact with the terrain now finally, and that's why it's weakening, but another
Yeah.
reason why is its shear is very very high. I'm going to pull up a shear map to show it.
Yep.
I'm going to pull this up on stream right now. All right, so this is Lydia's map right now on it's mainly right over here right now. If I pull up infrared imagery, this is kind of a bit out
Yep.
of dates. So yeah, the storm center is right around here, and the red is unfavorable for development. Let me scroll down a bit. Red is unfavorable for development means it's weakening it, and the direction is where the shear's blowing the storm. So you'll notice there's these white arrows blowing this direction, meaning that's why the shear is all getting blown towards Texas, that area. It's just ripping apart the system. That's why it's very lopsided. As you see how
Yeah. Yeah.
it's just all this area right now instead of
Pretty
it
much.
just being confined to a center, or if it was more. It's not circular at all. The core is getting sheared in this area, and that's what's causing the eye to wobble more and the eyes deteriorating. See if there's a new imagery on windy. Nope. Yeah, but we do not have radar, unfortunately, with this. This is one of the main reasons why radar needs to be added in these locations. We've been proven that through koinu and ILSA that radar is very important in determining the structure of the storm, intensity, and so that's something that I'd say we really, really need. Um, and if we go over to other conditions, that's why it strengthened so quickly. Is the mainly the sea surface temperatures, but also the oceanic heat contents. Where's that? Right over here. Yeah, it's been increasing gradually. It's not that much, but another reason why was the shear was so low earlier. It was in a perfect environment to rapidly intensify. We were showing this on last stream, predicting it. That it could become. It was a
Yeah.
possibility at the time that it could become a major hurricane, and it outdid even our predictions on it. And it became
Yep.
a Category
Yeah.
4, near mid-range Category 4.
And we set a category 3.
Yeah, Category 3 low end at around 115 miles an hour. I'd
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
And that was in our last cone. We thought it was gonna, and I in my latest cone I had it as a 105 mile an hour landfall. So like it would be weakening before land. That was pretty clear due to wind shear. And yeah,
Hmm.
it's gonna make a little bit landfall of a lot more intense than what we were initially thinking it would do. But yeah, it was pretty apparent that this was gonna blow up potentially. Didn't think it was gonna blow up this much though. As you can see, here was some of the microwave imagery of it. Let me see the latest ones. How the core was developed completely.
Yeah. Yeah. The
This
core,
is like our
the core
little
is much better
miniature
now.
radar that we get every so often.
Holy
But yeah,
cow.
it showed that it was good. And on the top, oh god, what did I do? Right. So the top over here, this shows the shear mapping. By the time the storm gets anywhere above this, then it's very unfavorable. Right now, the storm is
What is that?
around this area. The storm is
Hey,
right
Ryan.
along here, so it's getting more and more unfavorable throughout the next few hours. It's definitely peaked. Sea surface temperatures are lowering, but it's not a major factor in anything.
Yep.
But another question is how far is this going to make it inland? Because it's going to be like a Category 1 hurricane this far inland and then a remnant low here. Could it possibly continue? I believe that could be a possibility, but it's not going to
Yes,
form
I
into
do. I agree.
anything. It's not going to form into
Yeah.
I agree.
anything.
Yeah.
It's just going to be a low level, or a low circulation that just spins up
It's
towards
gonna just be
Florida.
like a remnant, essentially.
Yes. Yeah, it's not going to be. All it would do is just provide a rainmaker.
Yeah.
Weather Prediction
It's
Center.
it's moving pretty fast too,
Yes.
so
If we pull up
there's not gonna
the
be
fronts
a lot
on
of a
this
flooding
map,
threat.
it should show. Yeah, see this low right here. Um,
That's like the remnants of
yeah, that's the
Lydia.
remnants of 93L and Lidia combining into one little storm, and it approaches Florida right through here.
Oh boy.
Yep. So I mean, that's the low that's can be seen right in this area. It's not going to be
Now, but we
much.
can't.
It's not
Now
going
the
to be
thing
any
is that we
tropical
can't.
system.
We can't rule out any further convection caused from any one of these storms in the
Yes.
Gulf of
Yeah.
Mexico. Because
Convection will
this
likely
is.
be a
Mhm.
major factor to this, where the cloud tops and
Yes.
rain, because the sea surface temperatures are very warm. It's going to
Oh
aid
yeah.
in lots of rain, and that
Oh
can be
yeah.
especially seen in the panhandle of Florida.
Oh yeah. Tallahassee, Gainesville.
They're in a slight risk of flash flooding. If we pull up the latest forecast, you'll notice these reds and yellows. That's areas of heavy rain that's going to be sweeping through before
Indeed.
it finally leaves. It's going to be a quick moving system, but it can
Yep.
douse the area in heavy rainfall. That's why there is a slight risk in effect last time I checked. Yes. Slight risk of
On the.
excessive rainfall in the panhandle, then marginal risk continuing. But another factor with this is the tornado potential. In parts of Florida, we have a 5% risk of tornadoes tomorrow in the area of the
Oh,
Tampa region, which this is considered a slight risk day. And it's a big risk of tornado chases. People typically
oh yeah.
chase 5% risk. It's a big deal sometimes. Um, Comparing
Yep.
it to other slight risk, like the next day there's going to be another slight risk. We can't see the tornado chances, but it's likely not as high. But
Yeah.
there's chances for damaging winds, tornadoes, and that's me. It's something you'd expect from a tropical storm or hurricane. All right.
Remnant too, especially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be mainly remnants, so there's not gonna be any like strong tornadoes, maybe at worst an EF1.
Well, it seems like there will be decent tornadoes like EF0, EF1, yeah.
There's going to be tornadoes.
And water spouts are going to be a major factor to this as well. All along the coast, right around
Yeah.
here, there's going to be little bits of water spouts that try and develop and then move onshore. It's going to
Yeah,
be
and
scattered though. Not all,
yeah,
not
and
all the
in
area.
the yeah, and also in the next hours after the main storm passes, it's going to be a little bit of a squall line moving through Florida that could also be producing some tornadoes too.
Yes. Here, what model are you looking at?
NAM 3 kilometer.
Yep. A NAM 3 kilometer likes to go for squall line bias, but yeah, that could entirely be possible. But yeah, over here you
Oh,
can see
something in
all the
triple
rainfall that occurs in the Panhandle, parts of southeastern Alabama, parts of
H
southern
triple R
Georgia.
also shows some kind of line forming
Yes.
somewhere in the early hours of the 12th.
Yep.
Yep, and that could be going down to the south. I believe that's actually why there's a marginal risk the next day. That they might think that that squall line's going to be moving down south, just a line of
Yeah, it's
thunderstorms
going
and
to be moving
stuff moving
south and
down, and then fizzling
again
out over
possibly
here.
producing a tornado risk.
All right.
Yep.
Let's see. Someone said, "What are your thoughts on Super Typhoon bolaven having possibly 295 km/h winds?" Let me pull up what 295
Oh yeah.
kilometer per hour is 2 miles per hour real quick.
It's
185.
gonna
I
be
doubt it's that
183.
high. It could. It's very, very possible that it's going to
No,
be. It has a bit of
it's
time.
not going to be that high.
We can't rule it out though. I'd say it
It's not
has around
far fetched. It's not
6 hours or
far-fetched.
Yeah,
more before an
I think
eyeball replacement cycle weakens it.
I think it's definitely possible that it gets up to 185 miles per hour,
Hmm.
but I don't think it is currently at the moment 185 miles per hour. It's
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
at
Not right now. Not right
maximum.
now. Not right now.
Uh,
The eye
Probably
continues to
maximum.
clear out.
Yeah,
I mainly put a
yeah,
175 mile estimate before, just so that the system, I'd make it right before the eye clears out. And it
yeah. But
has. So yeah.
also, I was going to ask where the 899 millibar reading
I
came
was
from,
asking
and
around. No
if
one had a clue on what it is, so I had to just take a
yeah,
guess on it.
I wouldn't think it's that deep because that would
The
mean
eye's a little bit
almost
large.
it would be a 90 millibar drop in a single day, which I don't think any tropical cyclone has done
Ever.
in
Well,
recorded
yeah.
history. I think lowest would probably be upper 900s,
Hmm.
or no, not upper 900s, but like 920s, 930s, something like that.
Yeah, but something to note with this though is that this is a T7.5 right now. The just the perfect circle of this grayish
Yep.
color
Yeah,
combined with the.
it's a 7.5, but I still don't think that warrants 899.
Hmm. Yeah, the eye was a little bit too large. I was asking around. They didn't know an
Yeah,
accurate
and
pressure, so.
a lot of people are saying that it would be like around 920s,
Oh,
maybe even
920 is at
lower, but
100%. Well, they think it's a little bit lower. But one of the main thing is the pressure was just thrown out in the air. We didn't really know a concise area with the pressure, but we do know a more concise estimate on the winds. It's trying to go for a Hova repeat almost. The main difference with the two storms is that Hova started out with an organized eye, and then its convection was deepening. In terms of this storm, the convection was already deepened. Now the eye's developing. So there are two similar storms with different intensity, or the different ways the intensity was, the ways that they got the intensity. Anyways, over to Lidia. The storm has almost made landfall. Let's say it's gonna make it. Oh, yeah, and I need to look out for cameras. I forgot about that.
Hurricane Ian definitely looks similar to Lydia right now.
I don't know.
And
There's
on
lots. There's
radar.
lots of storms. Roselyn, Orlean. There's lots of comparisons and stuff to this kind of storm. I was hoping it wouldn't try and do that kind of repeats, but it seems like it wants to. All right, so let me look
Yeah.
out for cameras. Ooh, nice. There's a camera right over here. All
Where
right,
is
let me
that?
see if I can find the link.
Las chatildas. That's bad.
Here's the live imagery. You see it?
Yep.
There's the
Oh yeah,
waves
conditions
crashing
are
in.
period.
I don't know how
Yeah,
elevated the hotel is, so I don't know if it's. It looks elevated right there. It looks almost as if
I
the
don't think the
pool is.
hotel's going to be underwater, but I think that entire pool's going to be underwater in a few
No, no,
hours.
I don't think so. Well, that's on the northern
Yes.
side.
Oh, I
It's on the
think so.
northern side, so the storm surge is pushing
Oh,
out.
never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
If it was to the
No.
south, that's a possibility. Let's see. There's this
Who is it?
webcam. We look at this one as well.
Yeah, Chase.
Yes.
Riley Doxy.
Oh God, Riley. Hi.
I'm here. Probably didn't expect me, but I'm here.
Yes.
That's the best kind of present, an unexpected one.
Yes.
It depends what it is, though. It depends what it is.
Indeed.
Like if it's the cops, then that's not good.
Yeah. FBI. All right. But Lydia's center is nearly overland right now.
It's gonna be probably about 30 to 45 minutes until we have an official landfall, I think.
Yes. I was looking at mesosector imagery, and part of the eye seems like it's overland. It's just not the entire eye. It's a wide one on terms of infrared.
I don't see it yet. I mean, I do see partial eye coverage, but not complete. Actually, never mind. I do
See this, Riley? It almost looks like it's made landfall. It's just that it's so sheared.
I have mine on radar, and mine looks like it's close to it.
Riley, do you see my stream? My Discord stream?
Yeah, I see it. And by the way, I would give bolaven C5 now. I just think that 150 knots is a bit aggressive.
All right, I think what was aggressive was the 899 millibars.
Yeah, you have a tendency to just wanting to go 899.
Yeah. The main thing was I was asking around. Casper didn't really know a good pressure estimate. He didn't have his thing up yet, so it was mainly just my guess there.
Honestly, 150 knots with this storm would probably be like 9, 10. It's not like ridiculously monsoonal and large. It's like that's typical for.
And it's not a pinhole eye like Hova.
No, it's an average.
Yeah.
Average eye.
Average eye.
The JTWC is not going to go that high, at least at this advisory. I'll be shocked if they even go 140. I think they're going to go 125. But I think that's because
I don't think they're gonna go 125. It's probably gonna be 135, 140.
I see one.
Assuming average GTWC average, it's probably gonna be around 130, 135.
Yeah, but this is taking an appearance of Hova, definitely, in terms of.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I was gonna. It's almost like Joba, but with a bigger eye. It literally is.
Yeah,
yes, it has the same exact kind of cloud cover.
The same
convection.
CDO, the same temperature, the same banding off to the southwest, all that.
Yes, it's just a repeat. And if we could pull up the imagery, I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna pull up the imagery of Hurricane Hova earlier. Hurricane.
Let me just say this. In regards to whoever said the JTWC is going to go 135 or 140, I think you're right. But if you give the JTWC the option between 135 and 140, we all know what they're going to give.
Yep. All right, so here I'm going to pull up Hova's imagery right now on
Hova. Are you sure is that actually how it's pronounced? Hova?
I believe so. Hova, yes, it's Spanish.
Like Hova, like a hoe.
Yes.
It's supposed to be Hova.
Okay.
I thought it was Jova. I really did think it was Jova.
Oh yeah,
it's
Jova.
Jova, Hova, or Hova.
All right,
it's
here's the imagery,
like
Riley, of the storm.
Yeah, see, that's awesome. That's pretty close.
So I mean, if we pull up this and then we pull up this, I don't know. There's not much difference.
That's true. Yeah.
It's just that there's
That's
more
not
convection.
Really,
yeah.
That's
more
not really
convection
Jova's. That's not really Jova's peak, but you're right. It's very similar in the sense that they got the same, large CDO, pretty symmetrical with most of its convection and banding to the southwest. Except it's got a little bit bigger eye, and for now, not as warm of an eye. We'll have to see. Obviously, I expect some more warming. We'll have to see where it peaks out at. But as of now, I see what you're saying. The general structure and everything is pretty similar.
Yes, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I was looking at this, and it's just my brain remembers Hova so well now, and so I was just looking at this.
But did you remember? Did you remember back at the start of October? And this was after Lee, actually, because some people said, "Oh, Lee will be the strongest storm," and I'm like, "Yeah, no."
Yeah.
And then I don't think the strongest storm of 2023 has even formed yet, and I still don't think
Really?
it has. I still don't think it has formed yet.
Wow.
Wow.
Huh. Uh-oh.
That's not good.
Wow, that isn't great for us.
That's interesting.
Here in Southwest Florida,
So
here
do
in
you
Southwest
think this
Florida, the
could
last
be
thing we
the
need is
strongest storm?
yeah.
Do you think it has the possibility?
I mean, officially, it all depends if it gets given an 8 by some agency. If it gets to that point, I mean, it's kind of hard to say because once you go above like 155 knots, it's mostly just luck and structural base. So
Yes.
it's kind of hard to say. But I think that the strongest storm, there's a 50-50 shot. Let me put it that way: that the strongest storm of 2023 will either be this or hasn't formed yet.
Yeah. Wow. So you think that this could beat Hova? Right,
Yeah,
Lidia?
well, it all depends on how strong you think it is. I mean, most people are in agreement that it's definitely not 140 knots. I mean, it's not less than 155, let's be honest. But for me, I think Mawar has a little bit higher wind, but Jova has a little bit lower pressure.
Oh yeah, I
I mean,
forgot
you can
Mawar was
interchange-
this year.
Yeah.
You can always interchange the two how you see fit. I mean, I think there's a little bit of room to wiggle either way with them, but I think that we should just be grateful that even if something does or doesn't beat one or both
Guam
of those
has been
storms,
spared. I want to say this though, real quick though. Guam has been spared this year with Mawar just collapsing due to an eyewall replacement cycle right beforehand, and then the
it
storm
exploded
blows up
right
right
after.
after. And the system decided to blow up right after passing Guam, thankfully.
Oh, Guam has been lucky. I mean, literally
Yeah.
12 hours with Mawar, 12 hours in either direction, and it would have been totally obliterated. Like 12
Catastrophic,
hours
yeah.
earlier or later, it would
Yeah.
have been so bad.
Oh, yeah.
It literally passed by at its low point, like
Yes.
legitimate.
And now we have this storm that thankfully passed the islands and then decided to undergo the intensification phase.
And something I want to add is that no matter whether or not this becomes the strongest or whatever is the strongest, it's just pretty amazing to me that we've had all these Cat 5s, all these impressive systems, and all of these
Yes.
legendary systems so far in 2023. It started off with
Yeah.
Legendary Freddy, and then we've
Yeah.
had a Jet Interaction Ilsa, a Jet Interaction Mocha. We've had a 5
Yeah.
in every basin. We've had several storms.
Yeah, it's incredible with how this 2023 is going so far.
It's a true global year.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then we have of course, the Orlean, Rosalyn kind of repeats of Lidia
Yeah.
trying to hit Mexico as your strong storm.
Okay, something I want to mention is this. We are now officially at 00Z.
Yes.
Now, in terms of Dvorak fixes, the JMA, I'm going to tell you right away, the JMA is not going to give this a 7.0. They was at a 5.5 at the last fix, which is a bunch of
Which storm?
bullshit.
Which storm?
But that's this right here.
Bolaven?
Yeah,
Right.
Bolaven. But listen,
Right,
it's
Bolaven, right.
But the JTWC was at a 6.5 last fix. So unless they intentionally
So when was
rigged
their
their
last fix?
21Z. So unless the JTWC intentionally rigged their Dvorak fix, there's no way it can be less than a 7.0. And honestly, I think this is the case where Sab is going to break constraints and jump from a 6.0 to a 7.0, and the JMA is going to give something dumb like a 6.0. That's what I think.
Yeah.
For me, though, this is the 7.0 just because even though the DT is fluctuating at a 7.5, due to sustainability issues, which, I mean, it's not really an issue. It just hasn't really matured yet. That it's not quite at 7.5 yet, but you could assign a DT if you wanted to. But it is worth noting, this organization, I know you mentioned Jova because that's what we naturally do.
Yep.
We think of a recent comparison. But look at the imagery and the evolution of Kong Ray 2018. That's what this really is like more than anything.
Kong Ray, what year?
2018. That's the year where there were 6 Cat 5s in the W pad.
Oh, wow. So do they have a loop of its...
Oh, there should be.
Doesn't seem like it.
You could probably find one on YouTube if
Yeah.
there's...
But someone had a question on what time will Lidia make landfall?
At this point, I'm just going to say at 01Z, which would be
An hour.
an hour from now. So if it's 8 o'clock East Coast time, it would be... Are they 2 or 3 hours behind us? They're 2, right?
I don't know. They're Mountain Daylight Time, right?
So it would probably make landfall at about 7 o'clock Mountain Time.
Here, I'm actually gonna add a clock real quick. Yeah, 2 hours. All right. So I'm gonna add a clock on stream on their time real quick.
Say, for example, we have the intermediate advisory, right? Just
Mhm.
now from NHC.
Oh, geez, what happened to my thing? Oh.
So if you look, okay, NHC is now calling an official landfall.
Right now?
Oh, really?
I thought.
At 6 No, they did, dude. They for real did. I mean, I think that
It's still 140 miles per hour, so it's they're holding intensity.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it personally for me. I mean, no, I understand why they're holding intensity. I think it peaked at like 125 and weakened to like 115.
Yeah.
But either way,
You could make a case that it strengthened further from satellite presentation, because
that's
there
why.
was a time where I think it had a WMG in the eye.
There was.
Yes.
It didn't last, but there was.
Yeah, so you could make a case for 140. And I think
Wait, 140 knots or?
Recon
No,
What were you saying,
it definitely
Ryan?
didn't sustain.
140 miles per hour.
Okay.
Not.
No, that's fine. But I think also 145 is good too.
Yeah,
But I
yeah,
think
see how the
either one-
eyes directly overland there?
Oh, you could
Yeah.
tell. You could also tell
Yeah.
certainly as it's approaching, almost kind of like
Yeah,
koinu with
yeah.
Taiwan.
Look at this image right here. You can see the ground there. You can see the low-level clouds in the
and
eye.
you can see the terrain. You can see the terrain
So
taking
in
an
the
effect.
Yes.
discussion at 5 p.m., they did say that flight level was about 116 knots, which is around 105 knots at the surface. So yes, you could make a case for 120
Well,
knots.
Yeah, and another thing too is that even though it probably weakened a little bit before its landfall, it's best for them in real
Definitely
time.
weekend. That's
Yeah.
evident on satellite.
Yeah, because of
Yes.
the shear, yeah.
All right, hold on,
Yeah,
guys. I'm
well,
gonna
and
pull up
land interaction, too.
Let's see. All right, so I'm gonna make
But
a
it makes
landfall
sense for them to-
updates. So what pressure,
Okay, let me get-
Riley, do you think it is for 130 miles an hour?
Probably like 945, 946. The pressure at first
Right.
when weakening happens doesn't rise that rapidly.
Yeah.
Obviously, but now it's going over the land. But you know what I'm saying. When it first
EDT
when
to,
weakening first starts.
All right, I'm wondering what time it is right now. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Eastern Daylight Time to Mountain Daylight Time. So they'd be at 6 p.m.
Let me get something in.
Mhm.
I've been trying to. So, as you can see, the storm approached landfall. You can see that it intensified and then it weakened a little bit. This is, as somebody said, due to shear, but it's also due to the terrain. The terrain
Yeah.
of Mexico is very mountainous, and
Yes.
when you don't have a very mountainous terrain, it's common, and in this case, would be expected that you would see intensification right up until the landfall. But in this situation, the terrain to disrupt the core a little bit before the official
Correct, yeah.
landfall. So that's another reason why I think we've seen a little bit of weakening.
Yeah.
The very, very mountainous terrain. The mountains on this side of Mexico are very high and very jagged.
That's why Patricia literally.
Here, I'm gonna do
the
Mexico
next
terrain
community.
right now, or
Patricia
Mexico.
Yes, Patricia, that's right.
the
That's a good
Patricia-
example.
Hold on, let me find. Where's the mountain? What is it? Topographic.
Yep, topographic.
All right.
That shows you the terrain of Mexico.
Yeah, look, right over here. You get your and you see how
Oh,
different
yeah.
it is from the United States compared to if something went from right over here where Lydia's going towards. How it goes straight
yeah.
from green to orange and red. Whereas if you went from the if you hit New Orleans, you're going from green the entire time. Just shows how mountainous the area is, and let me see if this shows how many
yeah.
feet up it is.
Some of these maps do.
Let me look at this one.
But something to note is that
Yeah, look,
this
right
is-
over here, the mountains are around 2,000 meters or 6,000 feet plus. Some areas with
strongest
over
landfall
5,000.
it's the strongest landfall on the Pacific side of Mexico since Patricia.
Oh wow.
Worth noting that.
Wait,
It says it's
wow.
stronger than Orleans and Roseland, right? I know one of them was a Cat 3 at landfall, I think.
Well, if you go by NHC estimates, yes. So that's why I said that.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, in terms of what it actually is at landfall, that I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna see what
it's your
city it
typical
made landfall
October
in.
May-
Did it say in the National Hurricane Center?
Let me look at the update.
Is it Tomulton?
That was.
Because I see Tomulton in here.
All it says is West Central Mexico. That's what their headline is.
Right.
But it says it's 15 miles southeast of Cabo Corrientes.
Here, I'm gonna refresh this just so I can actually see the area.
For reference, it is. Wait a minute, because they also mentioned Puerto Vallarta. Okay, so it's 35 miles southwest of Puerto Vallarta, Mexico.
Yeah, I see that, but it's definitely not made landfall there. I'm just gonna go ahead and say I don't know what town to say. Thankfully, there's no really cities in this area or whatnots.
Just say slightly south of whatever the.
Well, I have to name the location. I'm gonna go for Maito.
There you go.
Maito, Mexico.
Wait, for what? For a landfall spot?
Yeah. Maito, Mexico.
Are you what? The JT. Okay, whoever just made this Dvorak fix at the JTWC should be immediately fired.
Be careful what you're saying. Okay.
First of all, they analyzed an off-white eye. And even when they analyzed an off-white eye and a CMG ring, they gave a DT of 6.5.
For which storm?
That's not how Dvorak.
Why?
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's not how Dvorak.
For what? Bolaven?
Yeah, that's not how Dvorak works.
Oh, dang. I forgot we have visible imagery on the storm.
Dang.
I'm going to show the actual appearance of the storm on visible.
JMA 6.0.
Wow.
I knew they would do something stupid.
I'm going for an official landfall at La Cruz de Lorero.
Right. Oh yeah, do you see the eye down now? You can actually see the ocean, some of it there.
Yeah.
Looking
Yeah.
amazing on that appearance. Right,
Oh,
I'm going to make a post.
I do not have any idea why they went 6.5 on a system that's easily 7.0.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even the first mistake they made is the first
At
mistake they
least
made.
7.0. You couldn't make a case of 7.5.
Oh shoot, I still had it as Hillary. Let me change the name.
And let's realize that they had to screw up twice to get this because
Yes.
first of all, they analyzed the wrong eye temperature. And secondly, after they analyzed the wrong eye temperature and they still said off-white surrounded by a CMG ring yields a DT of 6.5. No, it doesn't. Off-white CMG is 7.0 DT. If you're going to go if you're going to do that route, which is still wrong, and then do an FT 6.5, at least you realize that you set the DT right. But they didn't even get the DT right.
Yeah.
Not only did they had to twice to do this. You do realize that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I wonder if that shit's rigged because you have to legitimately, intentionally mess that up. Like, that is bad, dude.
I'm making a tweet right now. Hurricane Lidia has made landfall in central Mexico as a powerful Category 5 hurricane. Or 4 hurricane, my bad. Almost, yeah. I said the wrong thing. All right, 4 hurricane.
I would like to see what their consensus was on that 6.5.
Yeah. All right, made landfall in central Mexico as a powerful Category 4 hurricane.
I don't think there are any
Lidia
constraints.
Is expected
I don't think there are any constraints.
to rapidly weaken now due to mountains.
You want to know another thing, too? They're not going to upgrade it to a super typhoon either because if they do, in the Dvorak fix, it would have said super typhoon bolaven, and instead it still says typhoon bolaven. So that's just ridiculous right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
surprised
that's
not a
just-
super typhoon.
Like I would accept 130 or 135 for this advisory, but below that, it's,
That's what I was saying. 130 and 135, assuming them.
Wait,
They
wait.
proved us
I
wrong.
haven't gotten the update yet. What are they
Oh
saying
well,
on
look
the
at that
wind
eye
speed?
now. Look at it.
well,
More and more is
we don't
clearing.
know yet. But here's the thing.
They
Thing.
went to
Normally, when they
6.5.
up, yeah. Normally, when they upgrade to Super Typhoon, it says on the Dvorak fix Super Typhoon bolaven, and it still says Typhoon.
When people are
So-
sending something in Spanish, I'm gonna try and translate this.
6.5. T6.5 is about
Chase,
127
they might
knots.
be in Mexico.
Yeah, they might be in Mexico. That's what I'm
T6.5
trying to
is
see. Oh wait. Oh, I just copied Seikaka. Or
Depends
Seikasa.
what the NHC gives on their Dvorak. If they give 6.5, then the JTWC would literally have to just pull something out of thin air, which they've done before, by the way, to give us an estimate.
All right, this is what they said. That is how the world
T6.5
commented.
is about
18
127 knots, or around 146 miles per hour.
If they don't give at least 130
They're
knots,
basically saying this is 145 miles per hour.
Yeah, so it
that's-
looks like this person is from Mexico right now.
It
Who's
is.
watching
Yeah.
the stream.
It is.
What are they saying?
It is
what are they
clearly
asking?
higher than
I do not know.
145.
I'm trying to translate it. Here, I'm gonna copy
I
all of
speak
this.
partial Spanish.
Did they not
I think
even
he's asking
pay
about
attention?
Purge.
First of all, the recon found Lidia as a high-end Cat 3 when it didn't even have an eye. So that I mean, I know you don't compare storms, but like the more you look into their estimates, the more it looks like a joke, honestly.
They're talking about like storm surge of 8 feet or something like that that could happen. I believe that's what they're talking
Coastal
about.
flood warnings from 8
Well,
to 9.
thankfully, if it does, it's going to be very confined to the coast because the terrain quickly rises there. However,
Yes.
there's a double-edged sword because while the terrain quickly rises and you lose, obviously, the surge threat and the intensity goes down rapidly,
Mhm.
you have the threat of mudslides, and especially in those high elevations where you can get extreme rainfall in a short period of time, which can lead to mudslides, and that's never good.
So let me look at rainfall accumulation. This might be downplaying it as well. Like 90
Yeah,
millimeters.
the
so
eye
it's-
for bolaven is
3 inches.
15.2 degrees Celsius.
Wait, what?
15.
Oh, 15.
The eye
Whoa.
of
Yep, there we go.
15 degrees Celsius, and that is apparently T6.5.
Right.
And they did it at 20.
Let's not
they
focus
did
too
it
much
at
on
20
the JTWCs or their forecast.
And they did it at 2330Z. So
Eye is actually now torching. The eye is
20.1.
now 20.1 and rapidly rising.
Yes.
20.1, and that's a 6.5.
Dude, it was barely WMG a few minutes ago.
What? 20.1.
That's an extremely warm
20.1.
eye. That's clearly a
And this
category
is
5.
6.5.
Yeah, that's come on, guys.
JTWC is a
I
oh my god.
think we've hit a new low.
But
I think
keep in
Yeah,
mind this
come on.
rose this fast right after they did the fix as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was still
I don't think that's.
WMG at 6.
I don't think that.
Also, guys, did you know that the eye is still visible on radar?
Yeah,
Yes.
just
You
really.
should see it from my stream. From my stream, it looks beautiful.
I'm gonna pull it up
eye.
on the stream. Or
Oh,
my
by the
phone.
way, for anybody that's not convinced of Philene, let me show you.
Boliven looks absolutely beautiful
I'm
from
gonna
my stream.
send
The
it
eye is
in stream shortly.
virtually.
Also,
a
I'm going to send in
perfect
stream
circle.
the strongest PC in 2013.
Right, hold on.
The strongest PC in 2013 has been sent in the chat.
Right, what is this? Alright, hold on. I'm gonna pull it up shortly. I'm not gonna pull it
Pressure-wise,
up on
pressure-wise.
stream. I'm gonna pull it up on something else real quick just to double check. Oh wow, Philon or
Philene.
Philene. Okay.
Holy
Whoa, in the
cow.
North Indian Ocean. Wow, didn't expect that.
I think it has a lower wind speed than high end, but a lower pressure.
Yeah.
Because I think high end's only like 895.
All right,
Maybe.
but here's the radar imagery on how we can still see the storm
The
jogging
fact
away.
that it's that well defined, that far away, just goes to show something too.
Yes, and also you can see the eye wall continuing to wrap around it.
I'm
Going
trying
in
to.
circles.
I'm gonna
The
sign a
yellows.
6.5.
I just
The
want to
PGUA
know
radar barely is
what
there.
they were I want to know what they were thinking when they went
All right, chill out
6.5.
with the JTWC stuff. All right.
I'm trying to be as reasonable as possible and give them the benefit of the doubt, but
Velocity's gone.
how are you gonna say that here?
Yeah. But yeah, the storm looks
yeah.
pretty good on radar. That it's that far out, and we can actually still see an eye.
Yeah, I can see it on PGUA too, but it's barely there. Velocity radar's gone too. It's too far
It's
out
gonna
of range.
literally have to go
Yeah.
outside of their radar circle for it to not be detected.
Yeah. But it looks way better with a
Mhm.
high def on my screen. If you look at it, the eye is pretty much a perfect circle.
Yeah, it is a perfect circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not their radar. That's a different thing.
6.5.
All right, so let's go back over to Lydia right now. In terms of the eye, you can see how quickly the eye
Never
opened
mind,
up.
I'm not going to say it.
Right, the eye opened
Yeah.
up. You can see the I don't know
I
how
see that.
warm the eye was. Riley, how warm was it? Lydia's eye.
It got to I don't know exactly, but probably about 12 to 13 Celsius.
Oh wow, so in the positives.
Yeah, and above the
Yeah, it was
WMG
in the
threshold.
positives.
All right.
It was in the WMG threshold.
No, I'm talking
for
about
a little
Lydia.
bit.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it was in the WMG threshold for a little bit.
Yep. And then there's the eye making landfall right there.
You see where it made landfall, how it kind of like goes out a little bit right there, the land?
Yes.
If this is to the north, 100 miles, then it's still intensifying, and it probably would do so right until the landfall.
Yes.
But where it sticks out there's so many mountains. There's 10,000-foot mountain there, so it will be affected, obviously, before it even hits.
Yep. We see this
As
a
you
lot
clearly
with tropical cyclones hitting Mexico.
You can clearly see it. Oh, you can clearly see it. The eye clouds over and the convection warms, especially on the eastern side.
Yes.
Where the mountain
Yeah. Right as it's approaching, everything just degrading. They're almost the same color now.
Which
Yeah.
is a good thing that it did, because, I mean, it was really kicking with that trough interaction there for several hours.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Can you explain more about the trough interaction?
Okay, so basically, look at it in because I like to compare it to cars, because in a way, the way a storm works is similar to how in car engines. So let's say that you put a bigger intake and a bigger exhaust on your car.
Mm-hmm.
It's breathing better. It's more efficiently. It's just able to operate more to its potential. It's just able to harness more of its power that it has.
Yeah.
Now let's talk in storm terms. So a trough interaction will provide a robust outflow for a system, usually on the poleward side. When that occurs, it allows the mass evacuation of heat from the center, which in return leads to pressure falls, and as the pressure falls, the winds rise. So you have intensification that occurs basically due to force. You know how a turbocharger or a supercharger is forced induction?
Yeah.
Well, basically, a jet or a trough interaction is forced divergence. So it evacuates all that air out of the storm and it's pushing it away. It allows the pressure to fall a little bit quicker than it normally would fall, and sometimes even a lot more quicker than it normally would fall. So as a result, even though you have a little bit of shear, which you can clearly see the shear.
Yeah, if I go to tropical or true color imagery, far outs, this is where you can see the whole entire shear. Let me pull up you see all this.
Correct. But now here's the key of the whole deal. While the trough does bring a little bit of shear, you see all those clouds fanning out to the north?
Yes.
It gives you so much outflow to compensate for that it almost virtually doesn't even matter, the shear. Outflow, in a way, is shear of the own storm. So very strong outflow can overpower moderate shear.
Yeah.
That's why, and that's another reason why forecasting intensity in moderate shear environments is hard. I've seen storms in moderate shear environments. I've seen them struggle, and they're like a high-end Cat 1 with a busted open eye wall. They're sucking dry air in. I've seen them where they intensify rapidly and they become a Cat 5. I have seen, anything in between that too. So you never really know what you're going to get with moderate shear environments.
All right, someone says that bolaven is not 175 miles an hour. What is
No,
your
it's
take
not.
of its intensity right now?
140 knots. So
All right.
160 mile an hour. That's
Yeah,
what I would do.
135, 140 is
Yep,
reasonable.
agree with that very much. We do see a little bit of warming of the tops, but this is definitely not a weakening sign. It's actually normal for that to happen as the storm clears its sky, as its CDO matures more. Plus, it's daytime there now as well. So,
Yeah, so
actually,
gonna be entering a journal minimum soon.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about as well.
well,
But
we're
I
a
don't
few
think it
hours from that,
affects it
but
as
yes.
much.
It doesn't, but it does affect it to some extent because the way of how a TC dynamic works is that the thermodynamics are at their highest when the difference between the upper temperature in the tropopause and the sea surface temperature is warm. When there's a greater difference, there's a higher potential. So it won't affect it as much as it would, say, a weaker, like a tropical storm or something like that.
Yeah.
But it will affect it a little bit. But if it's truly strong, which obviously it is, it's not going to affect it very much. You're still going to
Correct.
see a very well organized system. You're still going to see a very cold CDO. But if you
Absolutely,
look at the CDO, you'll see while it has become a little bit warmer, it's continued to expand radially and become just more menacing, like that. More of a, you can almost see the vertical depth in the CDO. You know what I'm saying? Like if you really look at it. So that's normal,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I think we're going to undergo an eyewall replacement cycle in about.
I'm gonna go 137 knots.
137 knots. No, you can't go.
Real.
You have to go 5 knot differences.
Oh, come on.
Who
I'm
said
gonna break
you
the
can't?
matrix. I'm gonna go 137.
Well, if you
Okay.
do, I just want you to know this. That rounds down to 135. But if you go 137.5 knots, now that rounds.
If you were to go that amount, yeah. Right.
Nah, no shot.
Right.
I mean, hey, if we want to get that technical with it.
Right. We can also see visible imagery on the mesosector, which is very useful.
Oh
when
wow,
this loads. Yeah. There we go. Look at that eye. Oh, stunning.
man, that's a pretty eye right there.
And I called it earlier. I said it was going to be likely a Category 5 in 12 to 24 hours. Riley, I think you remember that.
6.5.
Me and Chase got a few predictions right last stream.
Yes.
We got the
We were predicting
Lidia right.
Lydia
Category
to
3
be
and Lidia.
potentially a Category 3. And the cone earlier this morning had it at a potentially Category 3. I thought it was pretty clear that, it might do a little bit of rapid intensification, and it decided to do a little bit more than I thought.
Yeah, it did a little bit of trolling.
Riley, do you remember my thing when I was saying that this might be a Category 5 in like 12, 24 hours?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
It seemed like it. I don't think it's going to be a Category 5 that far north. What do you think? Like, the JTWC is predicting it to strengthen to a Category 5 later up
I'm
this
seeing
far
Category
north.
5.
Oh, he is
I'm
a
seeing
Category 5.
I'm seeing Category 5 on October 12th.
I'm seeing Category 5. I'm seeing Category 5 on October 11th at 0600 UTC.
That's what I think too. I think we're gonna see a Category 5 on tomorrow.
Oh, at the next advisory, they are. Let me just say this. I know.
JTWC is gonna get cooked.
Let me say,
That's all I'm saying.
let me say
That's
this
all I'm
one
saying.
time. Let me
They're
say this.
gonna get absolute. They're gonna
They
get
are fucked.
flamed by the weather community.
They
But-
are fucked at the next advisory.
That's true. They are.
Yeah. But here's the thing, Riley. Do you think it's gonna be it's gonna weaken due to an eyewall replacement cycle? Do you think it's gonna get the Category 5 status back?
I think that its
You're
overall
saying-
peak
Chase.
will be later on. So yes.
Chase,
So you
you're
think
saying
it's gonna
that
be after
there's
the
gonna be
eyewall
an
replacement
eyewall.
cycle?
Chase, you're saying that
Yeah.
there's gonna be an eyewall replacement cycle, but is there any evidence of an eyewall
Yeah,
replacement
Riley. Can
cycle
you
Yes.
send
right
in
now?
Yeah.
microwave imagery or something?
Well, microwave imagery, the latest one would suggest that there's kind of a less of a signal for one that there was earlier.
Mhm.
But if you look on the IR, plus
It's
just
obviously a
knowing how
merger.
these systems work, I mean, it's likely to occur sooner rather than later. Because
Yeah.
if you look, you can see kind of the main convective ring itself is a bit away removed from the eye. Like it's probably a good
This ring right here.
30 miles out of
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Yeah. That's an eye wall replacement cycle sign of one that's going to occur soon.
All right, yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah.
a merger.
But until it does, I hope it just you know that
You hope it's just a merger.
that Thanos snap. That's
Yeah.
what's going to happen.
A general rule of thumb for mergers
I
is
hope
that you don't notice mergers before they're already done.
Yep.
you never really notice them. Another thing too
Which
is
means
that
there's obviously a merger going on.
A merger or
is
what?
that no, I don't think you can really tell right now, but
No.
I mean, there's a possibility, but you never really know. I think that the JTWC, you know that meme, the Thanos snap.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that when it inevitably maintains the CMG ring and a WMGI to the next
Oh
before
yeah.
active,
Oh yeah.
It's a
It goes
CMG ring and
what are you gonna do now,
very warm
JTWC?
medium gray.
All right, chill out with
At
the
that
insults
point-
on them, okay? Please.
CMG and very warm medium gray. It's a solid 7.0.
Right.
It's at least that.
I don't think I
forgot we
can
have
say
a
that
camera
enough.
on the storm. Here's the winds.
Oh wow.
It's a little bit more north. See the
Winds
waves.
are
I'm
picking
betting
up.
that the waves
Where
are
is
going
Where's
a little
that
bit
at?
out
Vallarta?
somewhat.
Puerto Vallarta?
Let me check out where this is at. Let me pull up cameras. Where was it? Oh, it's over here. Yeah, Puerto Vallarta. Or, yeah,
Porta de what?
Puerto Vallarta. Or, I think so, yeah. Puerto Vallarta. There's no cameras to the south, so we can't really see storm surge that well. But yeah, obviously it's looking out to sea right now. And this is to the north of the storm, so that the storm's this direction, basically.
Yeah.
We're a little bit more down that way now.
So surge shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, but you can definitely see the rainy conditions occurring. Everything's darkening. Nice hotel.
Yeah, no.
It has a nice pool and stuff.
Oh my
Someone's
days,
walking
bro.
right over here.
No shot.
See him right here?
Yeah, I see him.
Riley, you see him? Just going for a little stroll, it looks like. It seems like it's...
Sunny day outside.
I mean, it looks like it's you're able to stand and stuff. That's good. The trees aren't swaying all that much, so it's like tropical storm conditions. It's
probably low end cat wanted tropical.
Oh, by the way, I went back.
Power
I
just flickered.
Because the JTWC.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah, look, power flickered earlier, I think.
JT uses geostationary 4-kilometer imagery, and I went back and looked, and guess what I found?
What?
I found
Oh, no.
WMG.
Oh no, did the camera go out? The camera's not reporting anything right now. I think it might have just gone out. It's just
Yeah, the
power
power
flicker
went out.
and then not doing anything.
Power's gone. Great.
Gotta refresh it.
That's bad.
Yay!
Right. Let's see if it's back up. Because right as the lights
I'll
flicker,
only hope.
then it
I'll
just
only hope it's ATCF.
I
I'll
couldn't
only
work
hope
at
it's
JTWC. I could not work at JTWC for this reason.
right.
Yeah,
Is
very
it gonna
warm medium
refresh?
gray eye.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's
CMGI wall.
reporting anything right now.
6.5.
Hey, here's some webcams and oh, okay, yeah. Well, look at this. This was a water spout they reported a while ago on October 9th,
Oh, wow.
2022.
That looks awesome.
I can't believe they actually
Watch
got that imagery. That's cool.
120
Oh, look,
knots
here's
or
today's
something.
time lapse. I don't know where this is though. Here, hold on. This
I
should be
swear
near
it's
Mexico, I believe. Lake
You know what I hope it does? I hope it just never eye wall replacement cycles, and totally just it slaps them, and then when it turns around, it slaps them with the backside of the hand as well. That's what I hope happens.
All right, here's the conditions. You
And
can see
then I
the
hope that
convection
makes
or the clouds
And then I hope,
moving in a
and then I
certain
hope-
pattern.
and then maybe that'll make the WPAC say, "All right, you know what? You want 2 or 3 more of these this year? We'll give it to you."
Yeah. But here, you see all the
All the way
storms
to
here
135 knots.
moving in. And you see
all
the circulation
135 knots.
changing.
Oh wow, yeah.
And also we got to see earlier some of the rain. You see it right there?
I see that. Yeah,
That is so, so cool. Right over here, all the rain coming in right here.
like a blanket.
Yes. And this is today's time lapse so far. I'm gonna download it, I think. That's actually very, very nice. Oh, today's wide angle time lapse. I'm wondering what this is. Since it says wide angle, okay, so let me skip ahead some. Oh god, I'm downloading a lot of stuff. Right. So here's the wide angle view. And then this is when the circulation changes now. Now going
Yep.
straight towards the camera. And then we should see the rain coming in soon. Here it is. Right through here.
Ooh.
Oh, that's pretty. Right, but going back over to the camera, let's see if it actually fixed itself. No, looks like the camera is down. Power flickered and then the
As
camera's
expected.
off. Oh wow, we got
Ow,
there just
ow.
perfect timing to see it happen as well. So yeah, further inland and stuff, they're going to be getting some worse conditions and stuff, but yeah, power's out there. Heavy winds going offshore, so storm surge isn't an issue at all for that area. Just blowing away. The main issue is going to be the southern side, right down here. And yeah, that's going to be continuing throughout the day and whatnots, throughout the night. I mean, I forgot it's night for them now. And I'm wondering, is there any way we can see the lightning from Bolaven? Riley?
I'll check.
I don't think that you have to pay for access to that on the Himalaya for whatever reason.
Oh well, look, look at Windy's satellite on it. Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh
I mean,
wow,
they pull
man,
up
look at
other
that.
things, but I mean, this one has like inflated imagery and whatnot, but that looks stunning.
Yeah.
It
I
does.
mean, it's inflated a lot
JTWC
because of somehow the
JTWC
scale
uses
messed up.
deflated imagery.
It's
JTWC uses
impressive.
deflated imagery.
Okay. But yeah, here's. Oh yeah, look, we could see some lightning. Yeah, there is lightning in the eye wall. Earlier we could see it. See it?
Yep. Yeah, it's a dude. Look at that eye though. Like, holy
How
cow.
it's cleared
Yeah,
up.
it's
Yeah.
It's totally something the JTWC would give 120 knots.
Let me see it on here.
This is actually
Record
getting
this
to
real
a
quick.
point to where you actually have to be intentionally trying to mess it up, though. Like seriously, this is really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Either you're
Right.
like
So
extremely
here, I'm gonna zoom in
stupid
a
or
lot
you're-
more to see if I can see more lightning, and it's no, they don't really show that much lightning, but there's definitely
Yeah.
lightning in the eye wall that they can observe.
Oh, of course, dude. It's all pink. That's like
Well, it's inflated.
It's
It's
all
inflated
pink.
imagery.
Yeah, but it actually is not too far off from that in reality.
Yeah.
seriously.
I mean, the
That's
pinks, I
incredible.
tried to make it the same color scale as Tropical Tidbits, but then it inflated the imagery for some reason.
Ask
Incredible.
Flasty; he knows how to make a windy color scheme.
Right.
This is wow.
But I mean, not gonna lie, this
Wow.
this color scheme looks amazing when storms are this good looking.
Yes,
It makes
does.
it look so
Yeah.
much stronger. But I mean, it's definitely strong. But I mean, this makes it look so much more impressive. Like if this was Goni or Haiyan or something.
Holy cow. Let's. Jeez.
Alright, but yeah, Rosalind doesn't have any, or not Rosalind, oh my god, Lydia doesn't have any lightning or anything. But yeah, the eye's now completely overland.
Overland. Yeah, I see that.
Eye temperature is around, let's see, minus 61 degrees, so it's
negative.
Let's just
I
face
have
it,
news.
it's
I have
dropping like a
news.
rock.
I have
What?
news.
What?
There has been a reading of T 7.0.
from what?
On
And
what?
okay, it's not dropping. Dropping like a rock kind of sounds wrong to say with a storm because that would mean that it's like rapidly. It's falling. Let's put
Yeah.
it that way. It is. It's dropping like. Oh
Yeah,
wait, you
it's-
believe?
Oh yeah.
A WMGI.
Also,
that is
look at this
posted
on,
by
Windy's
and
thing.
embedded within TMZ.
Windy uses the same kind
Results-
of thing as other things,
Yeah.
so that's why we get the same accurate eye temperature reading and stuff. They're showing 19 degrees
Yeah, so
Celsius. I'm looking
we
at
have
the,
a 7.5 DT.
Yeah, and we have the JTWC
Wow.
is testing it at 6.5.
6.5. Get out of here.
all right, chill out with the JTWC stuff.
This
The
is,
average DT is 7.1. 6
and the
hours.
average DT is at least that. Yeah.
It's
So,
20.6
and yes, they
degrees
have
Celsius
broken
now.
constraints. There's
It's continuing
classification.
to
They have
warm
broken
slowly
constraints.
now. Gone from 20 to 20.6 within the past couple of minutes.
The
Okay.
NHC fix should be in any time. Anytime the NHC fix should be in. We right now we got the ADT is just not knowing what to do because it.
Mhm.
Oh, dude, it is going. It is at a raw T 7.4, and
Yep.
JTWC wants to be ADT copycat. Well, like I told you, they're screwed here real soon. They're. Huh.
Beautiful.
Oh, yeah, this
They-
area is about
because-
to get the rainfall right now. Let me look at how live the view is.
It seems for whatever
No, it's
reason,
not live.
it seems like, have you noticed how and this is your classic back in terms of Lydia, this is your classic EPAC October major. Like this is they just do this. I mean, you know how I said the EPAC is guaranteed a 155 knots?
Yep.
Yes.
I thought it would be this instead of Hova.
Yeah.
But sometimes things don't always go as planned, but hey, as long as you accomplish your mission in the end, right?
Yeah. But wow, that eye is just stunning right now there.
Absolutely. Yeah.
the
I
imagery.
sent a video of it in the group chat as well.
Oh wow, where'd you get that?
It's this is the RBTOP.
Right. And also we do have no, I don't know if NASA's imagery won't show it. Let's see. Oh yeah, I forgot. Real Earth. The one that me and Ryan were looking at for the Idalia thing.
Wow, you're finally using it. Congratulations. I guess. Yippee.
What? Alright, so what satellite do they use again? Himawari.
And a wide target.
So Himawari targets. Oh, thank you. And then is there visible on here?
Infrared. Or no. The visible is kind of broken. Just go for full disc. If you want visible.
Wait, full disc? Where?
Scroll up. Full disc.
And then where's visible? Right here?
Red visible. Yes.
Right.
I used to
Oh
say
wow, wow. Look at that.
I used to say things. I used to
Whoa.
say things. Now that okay, sure, JTWC, sure.
Alright, but look, see the definitely looks amazing there on this imagery right there. If I zoom out some, it looks perfect there. I really love that you can combine two imageries on here.
120 knots.
Right.
I mean,
Hey, we
You
can
can't
play
blame
loop as
them.
well on this. See its progression, I think. Let me see if this will work. Yeah, it's
it takes a
loading.
while.
These are 6 frames now. About to play.
And also, did you know that Bolaven is still on Guam radar?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, we showed that on stream.
Yeah.
Right here. Bolaven's
It's
eye
still-
is right over here, and it's continuing to move further and further. It'd have to get around this little ring for it to finally be gone off of radar. That just shows how powerful it is.
It's
Yeah, it
still
does.
pretty strong too. By the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so here's the, let me speed it up a bit. Yeah, right over here. Look at that. Perfect. And you see the Northern
Yeah.
Mariana Islands right on the
Amazing.
right-hand side of the
That's
screen.
perfect.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Oops, also realized that's a little bit too far down. Extend that up. Yeah, but overall that eye just looks amazing. You can see all the way down to the bottom. I like the fact that the it can kind of show pixels very very better at doing that, so you can actually see the kind of the eye temperature almost. Can you actually select a specific pixel and see the eye temperature?
Yeah, you can probe it. Yeah, you can probe
I
it.
don't.
Where do we
I
do
don't know
that?
if it would work. I don't know
Go
if it
to
would
the
work
center of
on
the
that.
eye and click.
Alright, hold on. Let me remove this and then use this right here.
Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Not in Himalaya.
Oh wait, hold on, it's looping.
Really?
It doesn't work on Himalaya.
What about here? Probe all
Uh,
layers or?
And this is also a message
it doesn't
to
work.
everybody in the weather community to say, never doubt me again. That's also what this is.
Alright, but Riley, how would you do it on this one? Since Ryan says you can't.
You can't, then that's something that they changed, that they took away that you used to be able to
On
do that you can't
Himawari,
now.
I mean. Because this is a different satellite.
Yeah, you used to be able to do that.
Okay.
You used to, but they removed it.
Oh man. That'd be perfect
That
seeing
you
which
can
Try
pixel
to
is the
do
right
eye
it
click
on.
and see
temperature.
if that helps.
You
I
can
right
do it
clicked and you see my
on
stream, right?
2DS, I think.
Yeah, they freaking changed something. Damn it.
Yep. What's this? Nope. Tools.
The good news is that Dapia does that. Go to the IRDIS.
What? But man, I love seeing the gradients as well. From the eye to the eye wall.
Yeah.
Looks amazing on that. And then there's Guam down here. Alright, so back over to Lydia. Let me see if the camera is back up.
It probably won't be if power's out.
Yeah, well, I
It
mean,
won't be
power.
for a
It
while.
looks like the generator power might have turned on or something. I don't know. It wouldn't make sense because the pool power was turned back on, so we could see pool lights.
Let me
Don't
look.
think they'd
You gotta
have a
have
generator
priority
for
stuff.
that. So I'm gonna keep that tab open. I'm gonna look at the this one right here. See the lake, and then you could see the Oh whoa! Look at the darkness.
Oh,
Darkness
wow.
is coming. So now they're using infrared view, I guess.
Wow.
Humidity's 91%. Dew point 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Over here, winds east at 9 miles an hour. It's definitely a lot higher, I'd say. Gusts
Oh, yeah.
9.2 miles an hour. Barometer falling slowly, 29.86. 29.86 to what is it? Millibars. Oh, wait, no, hold on. How do we do this? Inches of mercury. Mercury, 2 millibars. All right, it's 10, 11 millibars. Yeah, I doubt that's. It's also it's maybe somewhat slightly elevated. So, but yeah, sunset has occurred. I believe that's at 6:34 p.m. Oh yeah, I haven't changed the time yet. My bad. Let me go over to times. Forgot to make the clock. I'm right over here. I'm not showing it on stream, thankfully. What's this? What's a place in Mountain Daylight or Mexico? Where are we in? Let me do this. So I want to try and get Mountain Daylight Time. See time zone
MDT.
abbreviation. That's Central Standard Time, I guess, or
Yeah.
California. I don't know. Pacific Daylight Time. What's a state in Mountain Daylight Time?
A state in
States in Mountain Daylight
time.
Time.
Maybe
Colorado.
coastal
Okay.
Colorado.
Uh-oh. Alright, hold on. Where's the thing? Here it is. No, I clicked on forecast. No. Right. There we go. That's Colorado and USA. There we go. Mountain Daylight Time down here. Make sure it's large. Nope, not that. Right, so now I'm gonna add this on stream shortly, so now the time changes. Sorry guys, I'm not showing anything other than a camera. Right. There we go, now it's updated to Mountain Daylight Time, 6:51 p.m. So sunset was around 15 minutes ago or so.
Okay. Gotcha.
Or not 15 minutes, I don't think. Yeah, maybe. But yeah, things are updating and stuff. Hey, look at this. You can see imagery on it. 2023 AccuWeather. Alright, these are the conditions and stuff. Rain today, half an inch almost. Well, that's pretty cool what they're showing here. Rain today and stuff. Fire danger low. Okay. But yeah, that's that area. Wish that there was a time lapse that we could see like specific minute by minute imagery, but doesn't seem that like they do that. I'm wondering what would you estimate the intensity at now, Riley? I don't know if he's here right now. All right, oh yeah, and I see the video you sent. Nice.
Yeah, that's some more radar
Mhm.
imagery.
Okay. But yeah, I'd say it might be a Category 3 now at this point. It'd have to be 125 miles an hour. It's gonna take a while to lower, but I'd say the mountain
Yeah,
terrain
I
is
would
enough to.
say honestly even a little bit lower because
Alright.
this is mountain. This is mountains. Remember that.
Yeah.
And it's gonna lower even more fast than it looks like it's gonna lower. Like
Yeah.
seriously, like if this was even over Florida, this would be like, let's say if it landfalled 130, it would be 125 now. But given this is mountains, dude, we're probably lower than that by now, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh well, the consistency. All right, so let me go over to imagery on Lidia right now. I should probably I'm not mesosector. There's its imagery. Yeah, it's a lot further inland.
When I look at bolaven, I see three things. The first thing I see is, I'm not going to say. The second thing I see obviously a clear super typhoon that's churning away, continuing to strengthen. And the third thing I see is October in the W pack, like Tom Brady in the playoffs with 2 minutes left, needing a touchdown with the ball. How many times do I have to tell you not to doubt me? That's exactly what it is.
Yep. Man, I thought that this was gonna do this a lot earlier. Like
What,
at this
strength
time.
that?
Yeah, I thought I was gonna do this earlier than the forecast.
I mean, I have been knowing that for days, but I thought like it was going to be like what it is now, like maybe a day ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But you want to know? Yesterday there were some people saying, "Oh, this is a bust," and that was funny because the worst mistake people can make, and people do it a lot, even still after being wrong so many times, is you think because the storm is temporarily not doing what you think it should do, you think it's not going to reach the expectation.
Yeah.
That's a big mistake that you can make.
All right. So yeah. What do you think the intensity is now of Lydia? You said you think it's weaker than like 125 miles an hour.
It's probably at 100 or 105 knots. I'd go 105 for consistency purposes.
Right. So
if I was given an
120 miles an hour.
yeah, the
Yeah.
pressure's probably like 954. Actually, let me see if Josh Morgerman. I don't think he probably will have anything right now, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, his last post was a little bit over an hour ago. So
Was that when he was in the
probably-
eye, or?
No, he wasn't in the eye yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so an hour ago was right around here, right when it made landfall, it looks like.
That makes sense.
Either eye wall or the eye made landfall, if it was an hour ago. But yeah, one of the main threats with this system is going to be the mudslides. that it produces, it's going to be a it
The
depends
only
on
good thing,
how long it's.
the only
Yep.
the only good thing here is that this is going to die out very rapidly because of the significant amount.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yes, those mountains
It's
are
going
gonna
to
kill
take
it
a day or so
very
to do
quickly.
so, fully die out.
Oh, dude, it'll be by the time you wake up, this will be barely a tropical storm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
It will
I'm not
maybe
even
die
kidding.
around here, I'd say ish.
Where?
Right around here. It'd definitely be like
No.
a
Before
remnant.
No.
before
Oh,
then,
yeah.
before then.
Earlier.
You see where
Earlier.
the outer part of the CDO is now?
Right over here?
Maybe a little bit more inland than that.
Watch
Like
my
right around there, it'll probably die.
Oh,
So, like
wow, yeah.
around that point.
So, yeah,
my
right up.
opinion, it's gonna bite the dust like
Yep.
right here.
One of the things is, I know that the National Hurricane Center was forecasting it to be a hurricane inland. What are your thoughts on that? Being a hurricane right over here.
Oh, I see that.
Maybe a low end.
This is in 6
Like-
hours, right? I think so. It's
That's-
2 a.m. that
That's
time.
in.
For me,
well,
it says on October the 11th at 6 in the morning, it'll be a Category 1.
Okay.
if any, I mean, I agree mostly, but if anything, it might even be a little weaker. Like, these
Yeah.
mountains are really.
And what about
powerful.
over this dots? Do you think it actually can be a 35?
Oh, it'll be done.
Yeah.
It'll be
They
done.
just have to
Put it
add
this
the
way.
points for.
Let me put it to you like this. Okay, you know how right now the ATCF is 120 knots, even though we kind of described earlier how it might be a bit generous. It's at 120 knots now by ATCF, right?
Yes.
Either way, let's say by 06V, it will be 60, 65, or 70 knots.
Yeah.
Like, these mountains, like, this is really significant. Like, this is the most significant thing negatively that can happen
Yeah.
to a storm
Yeah.
right here. It
Yeah.
does not get worse than this.
Yep.
Like, you are going to see the collapse of collapses. Like, like, the only reason you can't collapse faster than this is because of the sheer amount of energy that's in the storm that takes the time to wind down. That's literally the only reason it can't collapse faster than this. Now, if you had a small storm, like, let's say you had something that's small, the size of
Max.
Max. Well, Max wasn't really super small, but yeah, let's say you have a Max,
Yeah.
but it's this intensity. It would already be down to like low end 2.
Yeah.
So Chase, we have somebody in the Discord saying that they joined and
I
that
have some
they're
news.
in
I have
Puerto
some news.
Vallarta and they're coming to see the hurricane. They have a flash flood warning in effect.
Oh, well,
your
they're in the
server
Discord
general.
server.
Yeah,
Chase,
they
I have
joined in
news.
general.
I have news about bolaven.
Oh, wow. Hold on. They've been in my server before, it looks like.
They're in Puerto Vallarta. I'm trying to see where that is. If that's coastal.
That's the one that we saw
Look-
earlier. That one. That's where that one camera was at.
Okay.
I have news about bolaven.
What
What's
about
up?
it?
What are they saying?
It has strengthened into 135 knots and 926 millibars.
Is that what the JTWC went with?
That's what ATCF is.
Sorry.
Okay.
How strong is it?
Listen, I forgive him.
Okay,
135 knots. Or
I
the
forgive
gold
him. I forgive him.
135 is okay. No. Listen, honestly, 135 is okay. But
Technically, that means I was right because it rounds down. I said 137 knots.
yes, but okay. Let me comment on this real quick, please, if you don't mind. So
Go for it.
basically, that is an example because the JTWC, the way it operates, the same guy doing the Dvorak isn't the same guy doing the estimate and isn't the same guy doing the forecast. That's an estimate of saying I'm not taking into account our own estimate because it's so bad, so I'm going to go with my own. And he goes with his own, which is right. And then it realizes that at this point, this system will undoubtedly be 140, 145, maybe even higher at low 60. And, you have a system that may be there already if you had recon. You never know. But 135 is acceptable for. And I think that, that obviously, we're going to get to at least 150 knots here at this point. I mean, it's pretty inevitable. So, given that, at least they're giving a good estimate itself. Even though I don't agree with the Dvorak fix, I agree with the estimate, and that's what counts. So I mean, at least they're using their head. So
Yeah.
I thought they would get like 120 knots or something stupid like that.
Right. All right. So something I'm trying to figure out if they could send in images or whatnot. All right. But here's another thing though. Do you think that the storm will threaten Alaska?
Uh,
I mean,
as
I
an
don't know.
extratropical,
You want to know something
as
though?
an
What?
extratropical system, yes.
Sometimes in
As
these
a tropical
in these
system,
in these storms that we get in the spring or the fall or the winter, occasionally when we do get a strong one, they will go poleward, and as they go poleward, sometimes they can become a pretty significant extratropical system. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes,
it's
yeah.
kind of hard to gauge, right now the impacts, if any, what there could be and what that would be like. But there's a long
Yeah.
way to go here. But that's always something possible. It's
no,
not
no,
uncommon for
no.
the remnants of typhoons to
Uh,
become strong,
I think I was a little
extratropical.
wrong about bolaven. It's actually 140 knot and 920 millibars.
Is that what they went with?
Yes.
Really?
So
I don't.
category
Can you
5
post
equivalent.
it?
1 second.
Because I don't see it.
Right.
And
The
if so,
person
then this
who's in
forecaster.
the Porto Vallarta, they are getting very bad
Is this
Wi-Fi.
real?
Yeah, it's real. It's on ATCF.
Okay, you're right. Congratulations, GTWC. You officially have done something right.
Right. So
You
they have
have
it at
used your brain.
All right.
You have used.
Congratulations.
They
Here's a
used their
sticker.
brain. They used their big old brain instead of the Dvorak
Yeah.
analysis squirrel brain.
All right. So they do have it now at a as a category 5.
Category 5
I've been
typhoon.
thinking it was one for quite a while.
The
Let's say.
third for the third time this season.
Yep.
I mean, let's be real, right?
What were the 3 Cat 5? Oh yeah, Sail.
How can you not have Sayola?
Yeah.
And
Sayola,
they
you
speak
don't
of
talk about.
people speak of the observation. The observation supported 925 millibars at the low point of an eye wall replacement cycle. So if anything, that's like 910, dude.
Yeah. So here's those rings you were talking about with the possibility of an eye wall replacement cycle. Right down here, far away from the center, right? Riley?
Yeah, so that means officially with bolaven, the winds have increased from 115 mile an hour to 160 miles an hour in the last 6 hours.
Wow. Also, Riley, do you or like these are the those rings that indicate the hour replacement cycle, right? Eventually.
Yeah, I mean, right now we still have a pretty solid inner eye wall, and I
Yeah.
think that
It's
if
gonna take
anything,
a
we might
long
see a
time
little
to
bit.
do so. Like not in the next 6 hours. I don't think.
This just goes to show right here that when agencies want to, they can go with what they want to.
Yep.
But I do have an announcement to make for a very rare situation. Well, maybe not so rare anymore with GTWC and JMA, but the NHC Dvorak has done a better job than both of them. And they have went with the 7.0, signing a 140 knots on their behalf. So the GTWC looks like they just straight up went with what the NHC did. So that's what it seems like. Because NHC Dvorak has signed a T7.0, so
They didn't go T7.5?
No, it shouldn't be at this fix. The DT can be, but the FT should not be. However, at 06Z, if it maintains, it would be an FT of 7.5, and I would give 100. I would give 150, 155, depending on how dry the eye is at that rate.
Oh my god, that is such a powerful system, but thankfully it shouldn't really impact any land areas.
Yeah. The good news is that just like Mawar, even though Mawar got, 100 knot gusts of Guam, Mawar's low point was pretty much as it grew. So, another 12 hours before or after, that could have been bad. And if this does this, 24 hours before this, oh boy, that is a bad situation for that island. But thankfully it didn't. It was only like a Cat 1 or 2 when it was passing through there, because they was struggling with, a little bit of shear and continued dry air entrainment. And then eventually it just got to the point where it said, yeah, the party's over with, dry air and shear. It's my time.
Yeah.
And then now you have, obviously, a result of what you're seeing on the screen.
And also something that we were talking about last time, though, is how the bandings has been acting like a shield for the system, giving it lots of opportunity to breathe. Right now, with all this, protecting it from dry air all the way up here.
Well, there's even though there is a lot of dry air to the north, there's something you have to realize here.
I'm back.
This has access to all of the monsoonal moisture, all of that fuel that lies beneath, all of everything that is in the Western Pacific in October, which is the most favorable that you can get. It has access to all of it at this minute, and the outflow is only expected to improve. So we're in a situation where, if we don't eyewall replacement cycle, which is unlikely, and if we do an eyewall replacement cycle and it goes well, we can see a completion and a re-intensification potentially to a peak of 155 knots or greater.
Yeah.
If that does not occur at this peak, so.
Yeah, but I mean, it's definitely the outflow acts as a shield against the dry air right now, protecting it from the core of the system. But yeah, it's gonna. The dry air should push north, right? Away from the system. I don't think it's gonna have to deal with the dry air.
The system is insulated enough within its monsoonal moisture pocket, and it's strong enough at this point where most likely, it's just going to push it.
All of this is the monsoonal moisture right now.
When the outflow channel improves, it's just going to push right against all that. Okay, and we're going to be in a situation, in about probably 24 to 36 hours, it is going to be in a situation where it is in an extremely favorable environment, similar to Nuri 2014.
Chase.
Yes?
Chase, we just had someone spam in general, by the way. I took care of them.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much.
And at that point, there is a possibility of a strong jet interaction. We could potentially see the strongest storm of the year so far if all goes to the plan.
Wait, what's happening? Why aren't they doing it? Huh? Hold on.
We have on our hands is a system that, if you looked at earlier, it almost kind of looks like a mini tip, much weaker.
Got him. I'm down.
I timed him out. Yep.
You ever
Can you delete the messages? Right,
yeah, I got you. No problem.
Thank you so much, Riley.
Explosive intensification.
I got
you. Mm-hmm.
So you see here, this is an example too. As back to what I said earlier, it's like the Western Pacific in October is like Tom Brady with the ball in a playoff game with 2 minutes needing a touchdown to win. So it's one of those situations where, how many times do I have to prove not to doubt?
Yeah.
And I expect more of this because we're in an element. We're going to have more systems after this. There's a possibility that there's more monsters. I mean, because this basin is just known to produce monsters, especially in El Niños in October, November, and even sometimes into December.
Yeah, Rye tried to do that.
Chase, how do I make the purge command go through?
Don't. Just delete the message manually, okay?
All right, yeah, no
do not purge 300 messages, okay? Most of those messages are not...
I thought it was isolated.
No, it purges all messages.
Oh, womp womp.
Alright. So, oh wait, hold on. Someone just posted the things. I'm gonna pull it up on stream because I believe that's their, Is this what they posted? I believe so. Oh, look at this. This is one of the members who posted this. Nope, guess not. Okay, just was a troll, I guess.
Also, Magic's
That's also
September
an example
observer
of
that they're
the power of the
Chase
W pack just being
Chase.
unleashed.
Mm-hmm.
they're at the resort. They're at the resort that the camera went down on. They're talking about it in
Oh.
Chase's in your observer.
Right.
Conditions are deteriorating.
I don't know if
But
that's actually. I
as
think that's
Riley
a fake
said,
or something.
it might be. As Riley said, though, the storm is going to rapidly decrease in strength once
Yeah,
it
Lidia.
mountains. Lydia, yes, my bad. Like I honestly think by the time it gets to Jalpa, Tabasco, Jesus Gomez,
Where are those
it'll happen
on this map?
like central, closer to the central Mexico, so right near Leon.
Leon, right over here-ish.
Yeah, right over here. I think by then it'll be maybe like a stronger Cat 1 to low end Cat 2, honestly.
No,
And that
it's
might
gonna
be
weaken a lot before that,
risky.
like right around here, I'd say. Maybe by here it'd be a tropical storm.
Oh wow, yeah, maybe that's a little
It's just
greater
gonna
too, but
rapidly weaken. All of this is not. It's not your typical United States storm. It's gonna be just destroyed so much quicker.
yeah,
Kind of like the
oh yeah, no,
koinu
it's
situation, but a lot quicker, or a lot
oh yeah,
longer. I mean. But yeah, that eye is definitely over land.
yes, the Queen
I believe
situation.
it's the center's over here, right? In between the two. Riley, can you confirm that's
What?
the eye? Let me, or actually, let
The
me pull
eye.
Lydia.
Listen. Due to the effect of the mountain, the eye will be dragging along what it looks like on the upper level part at this point when it completely starts to collapse, as it has due to the mountain. So at this point, you need radar to be able to track.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
do.
we don't have radar, sadly.
Yeah, I don't know why
Well,
there's no radar
all you
anywhere.
can do is do the best. Listen, in these situations, all you can do when you're not sure is extrapolate the best you can from where you know you could last track it and to where you think it is now. Extrapolate it. That's the best you can do. You got me, Chase?
Yeah. Sorry, say it one last time.
In these situations where you're not really sure where the true center is, the best thing you can do is track it from where you last know where it was. Like in this situation, you know for sure because there was
You're right over here.
Right somewhere in there, and then extrapolate it to where you think it is now.
Yeah,
So
and just
go from
follow
the
the
last
path,
point where you
basically, overall.
go from the last point from when you could clearly track the eye before it hit the mountain and started
Yeah.
Right over
rapidly
here.
weakening. Right, and then extrapolate that to where you think it is now, accounting for the fact that the upper level part of what it looks like is going to be a
Yep.
bit ahead of where the mid and lower levels
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
this
it's
is gonna
getting
be a
sheared a
huge
lot,
situation
and
with
so all
Texas.
that's is getting
Yeah, if
pulled.
you notice on satellite, all these
jeez.
clouds are covering Austin and Texas, and it's going to be a huge rainmaker once it moves out.
Yeah, that's why there's a slight risk for flash flooding due to all
Yep.
this moisture aiding.
And that's not even getting started on the slight risk for tornadoes in Florida due to 93L and Lydia.
Yeah, as both systems try and merge. Oh yeah, Riley, I want to know your thoughts on that with Lydia and the 93L becoming a post-tropical mess towards Florida.
I've not really paid a lot of attention, but I mean, it'll probably. I mean, if we get the impacts to be similar, so that's what really counts is the impact. So
Because there's a
if
5%
that happens,
tornado risk for parts of Florida due to the systems.
yeah, well, that's going to be that sucks, but hey, it is what it is. But it really appears more so that what I did see, a front came down because I did notice it was cooler a few days ago.
Yeah, a front's coming down,
stalled,
and this front's
and
gonna
the front
stall.
stalled.
Yeah, it's
It
stalling
did
right
stall,
over here.
and it's going to slowly lift back, and then that's what's going to be
And now it's
mostly
gonna
responsible
connect to these
for what
systems.
creates
Both of them are gonna
the
connect to
bad
it.
weather in Florida over the next I don't know, I think it's Thursday where it's going to be.
Yeah. Well, now it's becoming night over there. And I believe it's almost noon for this area. Nope,
Yeah.
not yet. It's almost. Bolaven looks very healthy, continuing to do so.
Yeah, but the eye wall replacement cycle is lingering. You
Yeah.
can see it in the convection. You can see the double ring beginning to see on IR.
Like right over here?
Yep.
Oh wait, right over
But
here.
but
Are you
listen,
talking about this?
we are in a. No, actually, it's more evident on the western side. But look at Dapia. It's a little bit more high quality. You can see it on there.
Oh, Japaya?
And listen, yeah. And let me tell you something. It's like this. We're in a situation where currently,
Oh, I
not
see it. I
already.
see it. Whoa, whoa, that's nice.
Yeah, listen.
Every time.
So if
Yeah,
you,
that's
yeah, you can
miles
clearly
away.
see it now. So listen, we're in a situation where we have obviously deepened 50 some millibar in the last 18 hours or so. So we have reached a category 5 peak here, and most likely it'll undergo an eye wall replacement cycle, as you see.
Yep.
And we're at a situation where the winds may have peaked or be very close to doing so, but the pressure may continue to deepen for the next few hours due to that way the process of the eye wall replacement cycle works. And then you'll see some weakening of the winds and the pressure, and then you'll see a clearing out again, and you'll see a general action, rapid intensification once again in about probably 36 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's going to
and
be
that the
interesting to
next
see
peak
what the
will
second peak
undoubtedly
is.
be the next peak is going to be, in my opinion, 155 knots.
Yeah.
You're going to see an absolute monster. I mean, you already have an absolute monster, but you're going to see
165 knots can't be taken out of the picture, in my opinion.
They said
No, and
155 not plus.
155 plus, because after that is a lot of
165 is 200 miles an hour, right?
and not a lot of storms get above 155 to 160 knots. So you got to have to factor in those that do are, you never really, I mean, you know, they'll be strong, but you never expect them really to go like that. Like Goni, for example, I knew that late October monster WPAC, but I did not think that it would be like,
correct.
You know, as strong as it was.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's funny how this is happening on October the 10th, which is supposed to be considered a not as active time of the season.
No. Well, I mean, it's not inactive, but it's usually the monsters are more at the end of October. But any time in October, anytime in October, you can see a monster in the western, or August, September, or November as well.
Yeah. November. I'm looking forward to how November looks like.
And something people, if they'll notice about the Western Pacific, is if you see an inactive period, like in September, you see an inactive period, right? Normally, when it comes out of that, with a vengeance, and it produces some.
Oh yeah,
it produces some monster like this.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Ian last year, with it was quiet out of the blue.
Yeah.
Massive monster hit. It's the same concept. It has come. Goes silent, everybody thinks they're safe, and then a big boy comes and catches everybody off guard.
Yes. That was one of the main things with Idalia as well, I'd say.
Yes.
Idalia happens where it was only expected to be a tropical storm or whatnot, and I remembered Riley was saying, oh, if this thing becomes a tropical storm before the Florida Keys, if I pull it up on here, if it became a tropical storm right around, here, it's likely going to be a hurricane landfall. And then the system moves south more than any other ensemble had predicted. And so it forms right here, and I'm like, oh, well, what if it becomes a tropical storm before Cuba? Then we could be looking at a Category 2. And it forms all the way down south, and then that's when we're looking for a major hurricane impact. So, I mean, just a little bit of a mess of a storm could just become a major Category 4.
Oh, yeah.
Just like something, it was an Eastern Pacific low that gets dragged up and then does a little loop, and then it's crazy how something that could be seen as only being a tropical storm can become such a monster. So, and this was more unexpected than Ian. Ian was expected to be a major since its first cone, or, well, near major.
Yep. Ian on his first coast forecasted to be a low in Category 3, I think.
No, no, high-end Category 2, 110 miles an hour. It was nearly
Okay.
It has
Category 3.
increased. It has increased from high end Category 1 at 80 knots to Category 5, 140 knots in 12 hours.
Bolaven.
Yep, extreme rapid intensification.
Yeah, that's fuck nutty, dude.
Yeah, because here, if I go a day ago, let's see what intensity, 80 miles an hour. So that was, how many knots is that?
Yeah. Same.
70 knots. So it increased 70 knots in a day. I think. Wait, no. Yeah.
NHC did assign a DT of 7.5. They said right here, a WMGI that is both surrounded by and embedded within CMG results in an end of 6.5 and an adjusted I number of +1 to give a DT of 7.5.
Mm-hmm.
The MET is 6.0 based on a rapidly intensifying trend apparent in intensity over the past 24 hours. The PT is 6.5. The FT is based on the 6-hour average DT of 7.1, which allows for the breaking of constraints for classification.
All right, hold on. Someone asked, how strong now do you think? How about let's do both storms right now? How strong do you think? How strong do you think Lidia is, and how strong do you think Bolaven is?
Lydia, I would go with 95 knots.
Oh, so you think now it's below major status?
Yes.
Yes.
Probably
Right.
even a little lower than that.
Mm-hmm. And now, what are your thoughts
This is
on
about
Bolaven?
140 knots.
All right, still not 145
923.
knots.
No, I will replace with cycles. I mean, if we see, we'll have to see if it maintains till 06. Yeah, I'd give it 145, but
Mm-hmm.
I will replace with cycles now imminent
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
All right, yeah. So events. That's our current thoughts, mainly on the storm. Roughly on how strong both of them are. God, people are
Lydia.
freaking out about general.
Yeah. Hang on, Jace.
Anyways, yeah. But yeah, the system, Bulavin's definitely a very powerful system, and you can see some cloud cover in the northern Mariana Islands and your Guam and those areas, Saipan, Tinian, Rota, all those areas. Thankfully, I don't know how much rainfall they got so far. Are they still under a flood watch? I don't know. Yes, they're under a flood watch. Um. Oh yeah. Riley, they were talking about during the flood watch. They were saying 8 to 14 inches are possible in the set of these islands and whatnot, with amounts of up to 20 inches possible, which is one of the highest flood watches I've seen.
Yeah, well, the because it's a large system and because you have outer bands and sometimes swiping through, you have prolonged prolonged
Mhm.
impacts and the rain. So over the course of time, you'll accumulate a lot of rainfall. But while that's a lot of rain and that will cause a lot of significant issues, they avoided a lot more significant issues. If you look at the presentation of the storm, where you can see the deep, warm blue ocean right
Mhm.
beneath the eye, they dodged a big bullet. I mean, obviously, the 20 inches of rain that's still going to do a lot of damage,
Mhm.
but not as
Yeah.
much damage as it could have been. Believe me.
Also, I'm going to send in the radar imagery of the storm now, and you'll see the eye is now literally just it did not disappear before the ring, or it's appearing right as the ring is occurring. So you'll see that's I'm gonna pull it up on
Yeah.
stream in a moment. All right, so here we go. This was the old one right here. You'll see the eye just in the yellows and whatnot, so far away. And then on this one, you'll see it's in the greens, and now it's so powerful though, and you can see the eye so far away.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look on my phone how many miles away.
That's a good radar.
Yeah, but it's also a powerful storm. It is 278 miles away from it, so we're looking 51,000
Holy
feet up in the air.
wow.
At that point, 50 plus thousand feet on the storm. So that's the. Is that the upper levels, Riley?
Radar measures generally at the mid-level.
All right, yeah.
But
what about
it depends
50,000
on the
feet? Would that be the upper
It depends
levels?
on the height, but most NECRAD radars are.
Yeah, but when you're talking
But
about 51,000 feet, do you think that's all the
that's
way?
upper level.
Okay, yeah.
51,000 feet is obviously upper level.
Yeah, so I mean, it's obviously that's going to be a lot stronger on the core of it. It's definitely not
Well,
missing and.
You see, earlier we had like radar estimates of like it was like 100 knots at 25,000 feet, which is obviously not representative of intensity. You can't measure intensity from that.
Yeah,
from
because
that
that's
height,
mainly
but
wind gusts, right?
Yes, but it's a testament as to how vertically developed the circulation of the system is.
Yeah.
And that was before the storm cleared out its eye like it has. So, obviously that's even more now than.
Yeah. It's also interesting to see the band right over here, how powerful it is. That's being detected so far away. And the yellows and oranges. And that band is, let's see, let me pull it up on Tropical Tidbits. That band is this right here. And I believe, let me pull it up on infrared imagery.
Oh wow.
Hold on, let me show the band. Wondering how strong it is on here. Yeah, that band's right over
Very
here.
Volveston, though. Yeah.
Also, Riley, look at how circular it's becoming now. In the latest few frames.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's something it does before the eyewall replacement cycle. It
Wow.
really kicks in, but once it starts getting lopsided, you'll know that's when it's starting to really affect it. And you'll know, you'll know when it starts to weaken.
Yeah.
You'll see it, but be advised, you'll probably see in about 3 hours it goes into concentric eyewall water vapor grinder. That's what it goes into, where it just continues to dry the eye, maybe warm it a little bit and fluctuate it, and maybe you'll see some deeper convection. You'll see some stuff like that, but in reality, at that point, the winds on the storm at peak.
Yep. Right here, I'm going to pull up the infrared imagery on Dapaya so you can see more of the, see if it wants to work with me, I don't know. Right. Here, those rings, look at that right here. Riley, you see it?
Can I add somebody here?
You want to add someone to the group chat?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. It won't let me. It says there's 10 out of 10 members.
Oh, my bad. I'm gonna remove Keylime. He's never been in here really.
Okay.
Right.
There we go. Now I can add. Now I can add him.
Oh
Now
wait.
I'm
Oh,
just
that's
gonna
him.
ring
Yeah.
him.
Let's see. All right.
It's you know him on Twitter.
Yes.
Maybe you do. Maybe you don't.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Oh, he declined.
Oh, he did. He didn't.
Yep, he's declining.
Okay. All right.
All right, but here's the
I'll message him.
All right. You see this on stream though?
Oh yeah. Very impressive system.
But no, I'm talking about the eye wall replacement cycle and stuff. You can see how this area is warming.
Yep.
Yep, a little
Or right
bit.
around
That's
the
because
eye.
that's part of the inner eye wall starting to not be quite as intense as it was.
Yeah,
Still
but it
very
looks like
intense, obviously,
convection
but
is
not-
increasing around the or it's
in the-
cooling around here.
Well,
That's
first of all, that's a sign. First of all, that's a sign right there that the eye wall replacement cycle is probably going to go pretty good because you're already gotten a pretty robust eye wall development.
yeah.
Correct.
Put it this way.
Do we know when microwave's going to make another pass?
Correct. Yeah.
There's probably going to be one in a few hours, but we don't know if it'll hit them because
Right.
sometimes they miss at the worst times. You know how that is. So I don't really know what's going to happen in regards to microwave and stuff like that, but
Correct.
I think that it's not going to need to know microwave to know that we'll be in an eye wall replacement cycle.
Yeah.
That's
But it will
what I
show
think.
how strong the outer eye wall is and that kind of stuff. Microwave
Yeah, and
acts
it
like
will
radar,
show.
right? Kind
Yep,
of.
it's just it's better than radar when you get a good one. It's just not available all the time. That's the unfortunate.
Yeah. Because you can
Radar
actually see
is
how
when it's
developed
within
the
range.
core is and stuff like that.
Right, and radar is when it's within range. So
Yeah.
it's unfortunately we don't have a recon here either to determine the intensity or the status of what's going on. So
Yeah.
it doesn't take a. We know we have a very intense super typhoon.
Oh yeah, this is a super
an eye wall
typhoon.
replacement cycle soon going to occur. That we know for sure.
Data showing an eye wall replacement cycle definitely very soon.
Yeah, and you can kind of see the gradients of an eye wall right around here. The
You
eye
can, yes.
warming. So how long do you think it'd take to start be more apparent, Riley?
Before it degrades in appearance.
Yes.
Probably in about 6 hours.
Right, and how long do you think it'd take to fully complete it in a time range?
Probably about 24 hours, and then it'll have about 24 solid hours of a favorable jet interaction where it will be coming out of the eye wall replacement cycle.
A jet interaction, you said?
Yep, it'll probably be coming out of the eye wall replacement cycle as a Cat 4. It'll re-intensify to a 5, possibly a strong one, and then it'll.
Well, I didn't realize it was going to try and go for a jet interaction.
It's going to be a pretty decent 8 storm.
Here, what model or where do I find out where that is again? So I can pull it up on stream.
Oh man, Lydia.
You can see it on the GFF. Look at the upper.
Right here, right?
Go to the upper dynamics.
Wait, where do I go? Upper dynamics.
Go to the upper dynamics and go to 200 millibar wind.
200 millibar
200
wind.
millibar wind right there.
Oh yeah, here it is.
Do you see it connected to the jet?
Yes.
Right there. Stop it. Go back a little tiny bit. Right there is probably the most favorable part of the jet interaction. It's at the right front entrance of the jet region. When it passes that point,
yeah.
This point, let me describe it to you like this. At this point, the system has extreme forward upper level divergence. It has a bit of southwesterly wind shear, but it's more than compensated for by the outflow that is provided by the jet.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Once it now advance it like 12 hours.
Well, all right, there we go.
Okay, a little bit more, one more frame. Okay, at this point, do you see how the flow behind the storm is starting to change?
Like what, down here?
And in a jet interaction, it happens within hours where it turns from favorable to very unfavorable. Because what happens is that extreme
now
divergence.
It's going around it.
That extreme divergence gets replaced with sinking air on the southwestern quadrant, as well as southwesterly wind shear, and it eventually will just rip the storm apart.
Are you talking about the fact that the jet's going a little bit more south? Part of it, at least.
It's more so the storm gets in an unfavorable position relative to it. Think of it like a trough interaction, because trough interaction is similar to a jet interaction. A jet interaction is just way stronger.
Yeah.
And therefore the weakening is way stronger.
And then there it goes with the jet.
Yep.
It's interesting seeing the difference where you don't really see it.
You remember Mocha?
On normal, yep.
You remember Mocha? You remember how it RI'd to a Cat 5?
Yes.
And then you remember how it weakened pretty significantly, probably even more than what they estimated before it made landfall.
Yep, here, I'm going to pull up the imagery. I have it on my
The reason why that is
YouTube video.
Because not only, it was pushing mountains, to be fair, but it did get into a point where the jet interaction became unfavorable.
Yeah.
Good night.
And so that is why you've seen a weakening with Mocha before landfall.
Alright, what were we going to say, Rubens?
I'm going to head out.
Alright, well, thank you for staying in.
I'm going to head out in about probably 10 minutes.
Alright.
No problem. Alright, good night.
Night. Did Ben say anything?
Nope.
Alright.
One thing though, I will be monitoring the server. It's a
Yes,
little clunky
thank you.
right now. But no
Yep,
problem.
thank you for that. And I'll be in to discuss moderation in a bit. I don't know how long though. Just looking at trying to watch Lidia a bit more, see what it does.
Bolaven.
Alright, Ryan's still here, right? Ryan?
Yeah, I'm still
Yes,
here.
nice. So, yeah, Ryan, what are your thoughts on this whole situation with Lidia right now? Its weakening phase, just what are your thoughts on its
I'm trying
overall?
to microwave.
It's gonna be weakening pretty fast, obviously, but it's moving pretty quickly, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not just gonna be like there's gonna be impacts inland. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but like there's gonna be a wide range of impacts, kind of,
yeah. It's a
but
huge storm right
it's
over
gonna be
here.
weakening pretty fast because of the giant mountains.
Yeah, yeah. And then here's the whole entire like area of potentially heavy rainfall, and if that moves inland a bit, of course it's going to shrink down some, but still, it's a
Yeah,
large
it's
area
gonna shrink.
of impacts. And that's why the rain accumulation here. There's lots of areas with around an inch and more. But that's also because it's dumping heavy amounts of rain, but it's also moving so quickly,
Yeah, but
which
past
should
that, it's
mitigate.
not gonna be much of a threat.
It should hopefully minimize the impacts in terms of of it stalling and just dumping heavy rain amounts. Unlike Max.
Yeah. Yeah, Max was a bit of a rainmaker.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it wasn't moving as fast. And also it was quickly intensifying too. Before landfall.
Let's see. So, oh yeah, when's the next update from the National Hurricane Center? That's gonna be at 11 p.m. Time to see what they're gonna go with. And I think after that, then we'll end this. Then I'm gonna end the stream. Let's see. Yeah, I need to start using webcams more. I know. Oh yeah, and here's more eyewall lightning. Right over here. Let's look at this. See this, Riley and Ryan? There's been
Yeah.
slightly
More
more
eyewall
lightning.
lightning in the inner wall.
Yep. And I don't think there's lightning strikes in the center, but yeah, there's lightning happening around. And this just shows like one of several flashes. So there could be like 4 different little flashes in this area, maybe a couple down here, some down here.
You can see, yeah, it's undergoing an eyewall. It's going to start eyewall. Damn, the CDO is so symmetrical.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if there was recon, they would find higher than 140.
Yeah.
I honestly think now you might be right, except for the pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't go higher than 140, but
Yeah,
I'm
Chase.
saying that that's
Chase.
not. I
Yes,
mean, that's
Ryan.
a really.
Check the other Chaser Storm server.
The other chase. What?
The Chaser Storm server.
What about the server? Or here, I'll look at it during. All right.
It's being
So
unrelated.
right. Okay, I see it. I'll deal with it later.
Alright.
But here, I'm gonna try and see if there's any good areas to see, lightning. Lightning
Or-
maps. Oh, yeah, there's a lightning maps thing right over
There's
here that shows good lightning, I'd say. Does it show it here, though? No, it doesn't, I don't think.
Nope.
This region does not show lightning, sadly. Other areas do, though, like right over here. Lightning flashes, stuff like that, but I'm gonna look for another lightning map somewhere else. Lightning map. I don't want to see lightning in my area. I want to see lightning in, where is this looking? Oh, whoa, look at that. All the red stuff for possible lightning. Oh, wait, is this it? This is it. Right here. I think that's the eye. See right over here? Let me double check if that's the eye. Yep, that's the eye right over here. See? That's the eye of the storm. I don't know what the scale means. Let me look at that. Hey, look, right over here. This is the past 2 hours of lightning and stuff. I believe the color depends on. I want to get more stuff. What does this do? Oh yeah, this shows the amount of lightning strikes and stuff. Want to get an animation on its sound. Oh, okay. Oh, that's another strike right up here then. I think so, right? Yeah. So this is where we're seeing the lightning strikes around the eye. That's a recent one, I think. And so I believe the eye is right around here. And so the eye wall is getting the some lightning strikes and stuff. And Riley, would the lightning degrade during the eye wall replacement cycle process? Because
There's
it's
going to
weakening.
be occasional flare-ups and stuff, but for the most part, you would go from seeing a lot of activity to then seeing it die down.
Yeah, and then it'll come back once it's. Is it mainly does it when
It'll
it's
come
either
back a little bit.
strong or strengthening?
When you start seeing more lightning in the outer than you do in the inner, that's when you're in a situation where you are going to start to see the inner.
Yeah. There's got to be another lightning imagery with lightning map with satellite. I doubt this is going to work because this is only... How far away can I go from here? Nope, don't know if I can show that. Alright. Oh, what's this? Geostationary lightning mapper?
I mean, I'm glad they did what they did,
Mm-hmm.
but what was wrong with Siola? Like, I mean, what is, you know,
Yeah.
like at least it had fixes with 7.0 from every.
So, yeah, you can see how the eye is warming more over here. The eye wall is warming. Reminds me of Hova's thing where it was weakening and stuff. Was Hova trying to undergo an eye wall replacement cycle?
Yeah, it did one. That's why it started a weekend.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I know that this looks so similar to it. Trying to do the same kind of things, but Hova ran out of time in terms of good conditions. This one does have more. Would you say better conditions, or they're about the same?
What do you
Like
mean?
when it finishes its eye wall replacement cycle, do you think it has better conditions or about the same?
Oh, better.
Oh
Sure.
yeah, the jet interaction.
But
Forgot.
yeah, I mean, right now it even has better conditions because it just has a ridiculously amount more heat at its disposal. It's just that Hova had a small pinhole eye and it was able to go for a decent amount of time without undergoing a cycle. That's why it reached what
Yeah.
it did. This is just pretty normal sized eye with a normally timed eye wall replacement.
Like, here's the
And as you
storm,
can
and then
see-
here's the shear. Look at that. Less than 5 knots of
that's
shear.
a radial shear pattern.
Oh, is it because it's like flowing away from it right now?
No. Yes, a radial shear pattern means like it's a very favorable pattern. That means that it's what you're showing exactly. It's a
Because
good
it's in the
outlook.
center of good conditions right now. It's in the
Right.
center
I
of the
gotta
best
go
spot.
in about 2 minutes.
All right. Well, and I'm guessing that this shear is going to move away, right? This shear going to be moving further away as it intensifies,
Yes, but
right? Yep.
once it gets, you see where the first C5 fork. Obviously, we know it is now.
Yeah.
But you see that point. That is the point of probably when the conditions start to decline. After that.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you think the shear is going to remain in this area?
Roughly what it shows is what should roughly stay, except it'll push back a little bit farther against it a little bit. because that's what a bigger system will do it first.
Yeah.
But eventually it'll just get sheared by the jet after the favorable jet interaction is over.
Yeah, so around here it should be peaking, right?
Yeah, maybe a little before then.
Yeah, yeah. This is the cutoff for when it starts weakening, maybe a little bit further. Well, I mean, it might start weakening here, but conditions are just gonna prevent it from any sort of strengthening. Did AskCat make a pass? No, I was wondering if we could, because AskCat could kind of show how large the wind field is. I know that's. And this is the outflow, right? Upper levels.
Yep, the poleward channel will improve with jet.
So there's that. There's that. Perfect outflow right there. Lower level, that's the spin. Let me see if there's any. Nope, it's no. Alright, here we go. Buoy. Okay, ship. Obviously avoiding its surface observations. Not much. But yeah, 1,004 millibars all the way down here right now. Very low pressure.
Yeah, the system has a pretty large in.
Hey guys.
But all right, Chase,
Who just joined?
I gotta go. That's
it's
me.
and I don't know if you guys have.
Oh no, never mind. I'll stay for about 15 more.
Yo, Ben, hello. Never talked to you before. I mean, I've seen your stuff.
On Twitter?
Yes. I'm a big fan, I'd say.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm that great. I just post about tropical cyclones and photography, but thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Can I invite you to my server?
Sure.
Alright. It's a decent.
My server's public now too.
Yeah. Alright, mine's a decently sized. Oh wait, can you add me, Ben?
We can hold a group call in my server sometime, not tonight, but not.
Right.
It's
a decent server and whatnot.
At least we have got to witness, GTWC do something good.
Yeah. Right,
did
Ben,
they officially up?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
All right, Ben, I want to ask you, because we're live right now, I want to ask you what your thoughts are on this super typhoon of a storm right now.
I guess it's definitely living up to what we expected. Like, I'm looking at the eye right now on water vapor. It's like minus 20 almost. Like this thing's rocking. Definitely reminds me structurally of like Hova earlier this year.
Yes, yeah, we were talking about that earlier. How similar it looks. Where's the? All right,
the eye is still visible on radar.
Yes. Yeah, this is a little bit out of date right here, but it is still visible, barely, like half of the eye. Almost the center of the eye is gone.
Yeah, like 53,000 feet. 54,000 feet.
Dude, yeah, I'm telling you right now, if this eyewall replacement cycle goes well with this jet interaction, there's still a lot of oceanic feel.
Yep, we're at 20 degrees Celsius right now.
I think Mawar.
We're nine.
I think it's going to be pushing. It's going to push Mawar out of the way, and I don't even think the strongest storm of 2023 has formed yet. Notice how I said formed.
Yeah.
Oh, you think we're going to get some ungodly late October, November monster super typhoon?
I think there's a possibility of it heading for the Philippines late October.
All right. And also, yeah, Ryan, look, from the radar all the way down here. Let me zoom out a bit so that the stream can see the whole entire thing. The radar all the way. Let me just go down a little bit more. The radar all the way over here could see the eye all the way this far apart. That is a very large distance away. And the fact that they can still see it on radar is just insane on how powerful it is. It's one of those little jump scares when you finally see a powerful storm enter the range of radar and you see how powerful it is. Yeah, oh yeah, and Ben, I am sharing my screen right now, and my Chrome is on stream right now. Okay.
Oh yeah, I see that. Yeah, where are you streaming?
YouTube.
YouTube.
I
Okay,
can send you a
cool.
link. Here.
Yeah, gotcha.
But yeah. So, let's see, Riley. This was what you were talking about earlier with the double eye walls, somewhat right over here.
Yeah, it's starting to get that way.
So it's definitely becoming a lot more apparent. Like you said in the beginning, it's nuts. It's from
I
your
mean, listen,
seeing multiple
it's
cycle or
good.
multiple eye wall replacement
I mean-
cycles. You can tell.
I mean,
We'll have to watch what
the
the
last
fixes
microwave,
are.
in the last microwave, there wasn't really anything.
Yep. Well, now when was the last microwave?
I still have doubts that this is an IO replacement cycle.
I do think it is. But when was the last
And
microwave
also,
imagery?
it could be gravity waves.
What are gravity waves?
Although, I mean, if you looked at radar all day today, you can see just like this is the kind of structure that is prone to replacement cycles. Like you could see, I mean, there weren't outer eye walls yet, but there was plenty of banding there that had potential to become an
Yeah.
outer eye wall at any time.
Yeah, I saw that earlier.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like an IO replacement cycle. It just looks like a stadium effect.
We'll see within the next 6 hours or so. See how bad it gets.
Well, I don't think it's IO replacement cycle.
Mm-hmm. Because if it doesn't do that, then it might not get as much of a peak later on. Because I mean, I don't know if this.
IO replacement cycle.
Because the main thing is if it's undergoing an eye wall replacement cycle right now, it's going to give it a better opportunity later for it to peak a lot higher.
That's
But who
true. Yeah, that
knows?
jet interaction, like you were saying, is going to be crazy. Yeah. The good thing this thing isn't pulling a Hagibis and heading for Japan.
Yes.
Pretty lucky it's going out to sea. Also, man, the Marianas have lucked out this season. First with Noir and now with this.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier
Like,
in the beginning of the stream. Yeah. I did a stream yesterday covering bolaven on its approach to the islands.
Mawar is in trouble. If it either is not going under eye wall replacement cycle, which I kind of think it is, or if it completes it cleanly, which I do think.
Wait, what? Say it again. Who's in trouble?
Mawar.
War's in trouble? What? Oh, in terms of peak.
Oh, he's saying that Noir's, it's in jeopardy, but yep.
Yeah.
If everything goes well. Okay, if everything goes well.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the kind of environment that I guess you would expect to see a cleaner replacement cycle happen. There's nothing to really like disrupt that to a huge degree.
Yeah. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what it does. Also, Ben, I want to ask your thoughts about Lidia right now on its rapid weakening.
Oh yeah, I could see it just made. Was this officially the strongest Mexican landfall since Patricia?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
I figured it was. I'm just curious to see what kind of data Josh Morgerman got. I saw that he had to adjust back north, I think, because he went too far south. So he might have intercepted it a little bit inland. I was a little concerned about him because he was like driving up in the mountains and stuff.
Yeah.
But
And mudslides can be an issue.
yeah, yep. It's definitely. I mean, it's a very hard place to chase them because you really don't have any radar. Like, it always impresses me how he can just nail the core of something with just satellite.
Yeah. Well, in this storm, it seemed pretty easy to do that, I'd say. If we go back here, you can kind of tell a rough estimates right over here where the eye was going, a rough area, and then later in you could see. Thankfully, or like the satellite, we got to see the eye, and so we knew when it made landfall where the core of it was, right around here. But yeah, other storms not so much when the eye deteriorates, like Orlean or Rosalyn. One of those storms, I believe, did that. But yeah.
Yeah, usually the eye will. Oh, sorry.
No, say it again.
Usually the eye will deteriorate as it's heading towards the coast of like this part of Mexico.
Yeah.
But
There's
I
a
guess
mountainous
this time
terrain.
this was like really really close to shore for a Mexican landfall, like the intensification.
Yeah. Also, I wanted to ask you about, do you have any comments about it, like on its impacts?
About probably 10
Uh,
minutes, then I got to go to bed
Right.
because I got to work.
Oh, yeah. I guess. I mean, the area made landfall. I don't. It's sort of sparsely populated, but yeah, I have a feeling the wind damage is going to be pretty bad.
Yeah, and also, what about the rain?
I mean, yeah, that's of course as it heads into the mountains, landslides are a major concern. Um, but I think it's moving fast enough that it'll hopefully be out of the area soon.
Yes.
But yeah, definitely, typical rainfall threat.
And we saw one of the cameras go down, just coincidentally by watching it. We saw the power flicker, and then it was done for.
The cone is out on HWC. The
All right.
140 is official, and there's a 150 knot peak at 12 hours.
Oh, shoot.
All right, nope, mine's not updated yet. I'm gonna see if Zoom Earth updated
Oh, well,
theirs. There we go.
I'll send.
I have it.
Or, yeah.
175 mile an hour peak, then 165, 145, 145, then 130 miles an hour. 105, I guess, is that post-tropical transition or post-tropical?
It should be post-tropical by then.
Category 2
I think that's what the
post-tropical.
purple means.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oscar 1995 was probably Category 3 extratropical, according to the Japan data.
Oscar what? What year?
Oscar 1995, according to the Japan data, it have been Cat 3
Hurricane
post-tropical.
Oscar, my bad.
Typhoon Oscar.
Oh, my bad, yeah, typhoon. Alright, so... Oh, wow. Right here, I'm just gonna save this in chat, so I might do an animation on it or something. Well, but yeah, I can't, it's crazy seeing how powerful this was and how they went with, in their first cone, a Category 4 transition. Or one of their first cones, Category 4 transition on day 5. I don't know if that's been done before.
Yeah, that's definitely not something you usually see, for sure.
Yeah. And at first I was
Y'all
thinking it was
remember,
post-tropical Category 4, but Riley told me I was just transitioning.
I remember Typhoon Nuri 2014 when that thing like transitioned and then absolutely bombed out, and like the Bering Sea is like a 920s extratropical cyclone.
Typhoon what?
Nuri 2014.
Nuri.
I wasn't tracking back then, but of course, I just like looked it up.
All right, let me see. It's what year or how do you spell the storm's name?
Muri.
Oh, Muri. M.
N.
Oh,
wait,
N,
no,
okay.
it's not Muri. N. Yeah.
This storm right here. Oh, okay, yeah, I see.
Yep.
So it strengthened right after, and then came a powerful. Oh, here we go. November 2014, Bering Sea cyclone. And it brought very cold temperatures to the United States. Oh, well, here it is. Wow.
Yeah, it became this monstrous thing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, here's its track. Well, okay. Wow. Alright.
It's interesting how these typhoons can sometimes like affect the troughing.
North Pacific extratropical record low. Wow. So is that the lowest post-tropical or extratropical system in the Pacific then? North Pacific?
It might be, yeah. Or I feel like there's one that was lower. I feel like there was one that was like 9/11, but I'm not positive if it was that low.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's crazy. I know that last year there was a big tropical depression that became a very powerhouse.
There was an 809 Southern Hemisphere last year.
Yeah. That was crazy. Wait, it was last year? Oh yeah, at the end of the year, I think. But yeah, what are your thoughts about 93L?
It's
Ben?
probably just going to be a
I don't
nothing, to
think
be
it's going to
honest.
develop.
Yeah,
If it does, it's going to be slop.
it's at a 0-0 chance right now.
Do you guys think the Atlantic is mostly done for the year, or do you think we could see something in mid to late October?
I think mid to late October, maybe
It's
something in the Caribbean, but that's
yeah,
it.
yeah, but it's not going to. I think it's mostly done.
hmm But something with 93L is the tornado threats for parts of Florida. Have you seen that, Ben?
Oh yeah, I've heard about that. I also heard people talking about the energy from Lidia having an effect on that too.
Yes, Lydia. Its remnants will try and combine with 93L and then go towards the Panhandle, and that's why there's a 5% tornado risk, which I don't normally expect to see. That's only with stuff like Idalia or
Are you
stuff
in
like
Florida?
Hillary. Yes, I'm in southeastern Florida, so right around here.
Oh, so you're not that far from where Riley lives.
Oh yeah. Um, but yeah, I'm hoping I could chase this. I don't know though if I'm gonna be able
I'm
to.
I'm tuning in just to see how is bolaven looking like. Any new advisories?
Yes, yeah. You just came in right past the next JTWC cone. Look on
Oh
my
boy, what
stream.
are they saying?
Do you see it? My stream right now.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
just want to
so
check in.
160 miles an hour right now, and they believe in 12
Okay.
hours it's going to be 175. I doubt that because now it's supposed to
Wow.
be on a weakening trend first, and then re-intensify. Their cone has it intensifying then weakening, but it's peaking
Okay.
right now, right, Riley?
Riley's on mute.
Either now or pretty soon.
All right.
One of the two. Either now or in the next.
Shouldn't be in 12 hours though, right?
Should be in about 36 if you want to know the truth.
Oh no, I'm talking about peak as in like before it undergoes its eyewall replacement cycle.
That's between now and the next 6 hours.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I doubt it's gonna be 12 hours. Oh yeah, and here's the double ring right here.
Let me see that. Oh wow. Wow.
So yeah, it is going for it.
Yeah,
That's very
indeed.
clean though. It's very nice and symmetric, as you guys were saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually asymmetric storms have a harder time doing replacement cycles.
Yeah, they do.
And here's the entire loop of its intensification phase, right over here, with its eye clearing
Wow.
out, becoming a Hova kind of storm. And I pulled up the imagery of Hova, kind of.
What a beast.
But yeah, you can see the similarities with the white
That's a
ring.
beast, man.
This was right before peak, though. Yeah. Hova looked
That's cool.
amazing on imagery. And it's crazy to see that a storm just like Hova, but they became kind of like the same intensity. But
Yeah,
Hova
almost,
started out
right?
Hova started out with an organized eye, and then its cloud tops were cooling. This storm had
Correct.
cold cloud tops, and then it was organizing an eye. Same result,
Correct.
T7.5 roughly.
Yep.
But different ways on getting there.
I think you'll see. I think you'll see if it maintains. You'll see an agency give a 7.5 at 00 or 060. I mean, if it maintains, but that's a big if, especially with the eyewall replacement. I don't think it will.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, man. In about 5 minutes, I'm gonna get off of here.
All right. But another thing though is that this should be the last stream for a while. I'd say, due to the fact that I've been not getting
There's
much
no land
sleep
threats or
recently
nothing
due
like
to the
that.
storms
Yeah.
deciding to hit lands. At
Yep.
Yeah, but you know what? Gear up because in late October, November, we're going to have South China Sea hits and Philippine hits. So
Yeah, it's
Yep.
true.
we're going to have that, and we're probably going to have a another major in the South China Sea, maybe. And even if we don't, we'll probably have a decent typhoon into Vietnam.
yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's been an interesting ride. Sorry, I'm not ending
It
the stream
has.
yet. I'm ending it in like an hour or less, whenever the NHC cone comes out for their updates. But Ben, will you be available up until then?
I might soon
You
too
know,
as
it's
well.
going to be
Actually,
down, 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 down. Like, it's going to be don't be surprised if you see the NAC cone at like 90 miles.
Yeah, maybe even less.
All right. I
Yeah.
wanted to
wow.
tune in looking
The
later, guys.
Wait, who?
Terra
Ben, are you
satellite
going?
pass at 0030Z. What?
Oh, wait, who said they were going?
Yeah.
No,
there's
I'm hopping off.
All right.
there's
So yeah.
Me.
All right, Rubens.
On the Aquaterra Modus, the eye temperature of
25.
bolaven reaches 25 degrees.
Wait, is it 25
Yeah,
degrees
that's
Celsius right now?
insane. Roughly, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Well, I'm going to say this. I don't know because I'm not seeing that satellite right now, but it's not any cooler now on the IR we are seeing that is underestimating it by 5 degrees. So if anything, it might be 26 by now.
I don't know if about 5 degrees. It's 21.6 degrees Celsius now. So it is continuing to warm. It was around 20.6 around 15, 30 minutes ago. So yeah, it's gradually warming now, and this is likely an underestimate slightly of what it actually is. And there should never really be a storm above like sea surface temperature, right? Like you can never get an eye temperature above
Yeah.
the sea surface temperature, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. That does not happen. If it does, then there's something wrong with the satellite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something wrong somewhere because that
Yep.
can't happen.
Because Hova's eye temperature was like around 27 degrees Celsius. Or no, 29, right? Or no, what was it?
No, it was 27. The sea surface temperature was like 30.
Okay, yeah.
So it was close. That's an indication of how close the max density is.
Yeah, yeah.
If it's
So you're saying
if it's
the higher the eye temperature, like when you have an eye temperature that's like the highest it can go is usually at something
If
above
it
like
sustains.
175.
if it sustains.
It's just a stand. Okay.
If it sustains.
Yeah.
Because if it didn't, they wouldn't. There's no way something that's not that strong would be able to sustain that for like 6 or more.
Yeah.
Oh, a certain agency that I will not name, I remember used to like eye temp would be like 25 C for like an hour, and they'd go like 185 just because of that.
Dang.
I'm sure you all know who I'm talking about, but yeah,
Are you talking about me?
no.
Okay. Just making sure. Alright, could you DM it to me?
Sure.
Alright. Because I don't know if it's an actual organization or...
All right, man. I'm gonna get off of here.
Alright. Okay.
All right, I'll see
Alright.
you.
So yeah, and yeah, Ben,
All right,
okay.
see you, Riley.
I know, yeah.
See you.
Alright. So it's me, Ben, and Ryan left. Ryan's gonna hop off soon, I think. Yeah. Oh wow, we're getting more viewers now.
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah. Ben, do you see my screen share right now?
Yeah,
Got three peaks. So yeah, this should be coming from the Philippines, I believe. People watching from there. Because they're up now, so some of them may be tuning in to see what's going on with both of these storms. Because bolaven is a very impressive storm. Thankfully, not impacting lands. That's a very good thing right now. That it's not going to be peeking out near lands. Oh yeah, you can see some of the monsoonal mess is reaching the Philippines and stuff. But it's just, it has so much moisture available to it that it's just going to continue to intensify and stuff. Ben, what do you have Lydia's landfall at? I didn't ask you that.
It's basically off of, the eye wall is basically off of Vader now.
Alright.
Oh, what was my
Analysis.
intensity for like Lydia's
on
landfall?
Lydia's
What did I
landfall.
think it was?
Yeah.
I'd say it probably came down to like 130 at
Yeah.
landfall, 130 miles an hour, maybe even
Same,
125. I mean, because I don't think the landfall was exactly 140. I feel like it peaked at 140. It was a very
Yes.
brief peak though. But
Yeah.
yeah,
But man, that was crazy though when Recon got in it and they found those very high winds after having it as a Category 2, jumping the gun to high-end Cat 3. That was insane because earlier this morning, or like last stream, me and Rubens were in a doing the stream for all those systems, and we were mentioning the fact how Lidia may be a major hurricane, like low in Cat 3. Today, this morning, I made a forecast cone on it being a 115 mile an hour peak, then 105 mile an hour landfall, and then people said, oh, it's a bit too high and stuff, and I was saying like, I 115 isn't too high over 100 or 105, whatever the National Hurricane Center's peak forecast was. So yeah, that's not too high compared to other forecasts I can make. But it's crazy seeing how much this has outdone my personal forecast, which can be sometimes a bit high. But I felt like Category 3 was just right.
A bit
It
high
might do
is
it.
an understatement.
Yes, a bit high is an understatement.
I feel like what is it? The HAFSB was the only model that was in the ballpark of what we actually saw. Because I remember it was advertising like mid to low 940s like yesterday. So
I can pull that up. Halves B, you said?
I think it was, yeah. I might not be completely
How long
correct
ago would you say?
I think it was like midday yesterday, like
Right
12Z
here?
yesterday,
See
something
my
like
stream?
that. Man, that might might not have been the model run I was talking about, but I'm trying to
Say it
remember.
again?
Yeah.
Is this the one you were talking about? Or?
Yeah. I probably don't remember the exact one.
Yeah. One of these runs, maybe this one.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
But the thing is, it went more south as well. Went over here
That's
to
true.
make landfall.
It was a similar thing with Ian, where like I remember Ian by going further south.
Look how far
on the
it teleports. It
forecast-
teleports up to Missouri, Iowa right now, Michigan. Like Huron right now is on screen. Right. Yeah, if I go to half-speed parents.
Yeah, I was saying it was like Ian, where it went further south and therefore gave itself a more favorable position for a trough interaction.
I want to pull something up
yeah.
on stream, which was what one of the, I believe Halves B did the thing. Oh god, my server's in a mess right now, but let me try and find out Halves B their thing. It was pretty funny what they did. Oh shoot, I sent the link in the wrong channel. Okay. Oh wow, he's using that as a night temperature thing. Okay. Give me one moment to find it.
Also, kind of ironic that this happened with.
Oh yeah, here's my cone. Here's my cone at 8:49 a.m. I'm gonna pull this up on stream. Right over here, this was my cone. Has it at a Category 3 peak before.
I have some news about 92L in the Atlantic.
92L. What about it?
It has been designated as Tropical Depression 19.
Ooh, okay. Thanks for telling us. Tropical
Really?
Depression
Wow,
19L.
okay.
It's expected to be designated at 11 p.m.
All right. So what showed it's a tropical depression? Like what is it? ATCF or
RAM.
RAM? Okay.
Not sure if ATCF has it.
Nope. They still have
No,
it as
they don't.
Invest 92L on my stream. Yep. So yeah, that was the cone, and now I'm trying to find the. Oh yeah, there it is. I found the thing. I'm gonna pull this up on stream shortly. So here, Ben, look at this. Ben and Ryan, check this out. This was half speed for 93L. So basically, it teleports to Lidia, teleports to the severe weather outbreak, and then it
that
finally
happens with
goes
the
out.
hurricane model sometimes.
Yeah.
Like it'll glitch out and just go all over the place.
I love that so much, though. Goes from the Gulf, goes to Lidia, and then goes towards California, then goes to an upper level low or whatever, and then finally goes out to a another system.
I mean, when the TC dissipates, it confuses the model because it can't find here it is.
Like,
So,
especially like if you were tracking Rena, it'd get absorbed into Philippe or something.
yep.
And another thing with this is it's going to be an interesting scenario to see what kind of shenanigans it does over here. Do you think it's going to be anything to watch? I don't think
Oh,
so.
like in the subtropics?
Yeah.
Nah, it's hard to say.
I doubt it.
I think that the CONUS is pretty much safe for the rest of the year for landfalls. I'd say,
Oh no,
given the blocking we have.
I was talking about out to sea near Bermuda.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not sure.
All right. Yeah, I was thinking that's. And this is cool. You can see the fronts connected to one another in this area, right here, here, that kind of stuff. But let's see how many people are watching right now. Oh wow, okay. Oh, briefly. All right. Kevin, what video did you upload earlier? You said you uploaded a video about something. Thankfully, I'm not streaming this by Discord. Right. Okay, so many people have messaged me. I do not know what's happening. So,
I know that user.
what user?
Nene.
Oh yeah, I think I know them. A while ago, they rated.
That guy.
Yeah.
That guy.
Unhacked, he says. All right. Anyways, back over to Lydia. We have around how many more minutes? 42 minutes, I think, until we finally see their intensity. Another thing, though, is now the storm surge should be minimizing.
Mitigated.
You try to combine the two words.
Yes,
Yeah.
minimalizing and mitigating or whatever. So minimigating. Because the low's right over here, and so there still can be it's. I don't think in this kind of scenario, Ben, would you say that is it retracting now, or is it still being? Because I know it's still pushing water on shore, but do you think that now?
Yeah,
it's
you
lowering?
probably still have an onshore flow. It's just the winds are probably relaxing because the eye wall is.
So that would mean it would be lowering, right?
Yeah, or at least starting to go out. Yeah. I'd say so, probably.
And then this part's mostly safe right over here, due to the fact that it's this kind of direction flow, and earlier it's just blowing offshore.
Still, no update from Josh Morgerman. Last tweet from him was 2 hours ago. I'm guessing he's probably still busy, but hoping to see an update from him soon.
But yeah, you'll see this huge, heavy rain bands moving inland. I'm gonna see if I can pinpoint where it is. Right. Oh, it's approaching this camera right over here. Here we have two cameras in the area to see if how bad the rainfall are. Okay, can I not see the? Is it not gonna give me a? Of course not. It's okay. So yeah, there's cool little roundabouts this covers. See the daytime, and then you'll see the rain coming in. Lots of cars are out, surprisingly. Okay. And then, let's see, we have another camera right over here. Oh yeah, Ben, I have yet to show you, oh, it's completely dark now, right? But I have yet to show you the time lapse. Ben, take a look at this. This will show you the time lapse of the storms coming in. This was, oh wait, this was today actually, yeah. This was today's time lapse. Wait for it to load. All right, there we go. This is at 6 a.m. a sun rays is about to occur. This is Puerto Valera. And then this is before the storm comes in. Notice how the winds are blowing, and then they shift direction. Then here comes a large rain band pretty soon. Right over here, right here. Rain coming in.
Wow. That's that's. It's cool how you can see like the individual rain bands.
Yeah. And then here we are right now. This was as of, I see it is like 40 minutes ago or so. But yeah, it's cool seeing. Like we started streaming at around maybe this time right here. We weren't checking the cameras until later though. Oh yeah, and they have a cool video of a water spout here in the area.
Also, it
Oh
looks
wow,
like
that's a nice capture.
Mm-hmm. All right, what were you gonna say, Ryan?
Have you tweeted that?
No,
Oh,
no,
sorry.
no.
it
This
looks
was
like
August 9th,
bolaven.
2022.
It
Oh,
looks like
oops.
bolaven took a slight westward jog
Let me
in the
see it.
recent forecast. Like a western jog recently in the past few hours.
It's been actually being more east of where the cone was forecasting it to be earlier.
Yeah, that's for now.
No, I'm
I'll
saying
show my
earlier
screen.
it
Hold
was
on.
right when the cone was over here. It was when it was like this almost. It was more to the east of it, or no, it was. Let's see, it was more forecasted like this or whatever, and so it decided to be over here-ish, a little bit more east. But now you said it's turning more west. I'm gonna try and look at that.
I'll show it on my screen.
Right? Are you able to send me a loop or something so I can show it on stream?
Uh, you can try to look at my screen on Discord.
Um, I would. Oh, I see the little bit of a western movement. So what are
Yeah,
you
you can
looking
kind of
at?
see
Visible or
visible.
full disk? Okay, I'm gonna pull that up on looking on Real Earth. All right, I'm gonna use.
I can show you on my screen too.
I don't know. I got it. I don't have it set up yet to show Discord streams really on mine. All right, so here, let me do this, and then we'll be able to see its motion. Oh no. Here we go. Play loop. How long does your loop? Does it show 6 frames?
24 frames.
How do you change it?
20 show 4 time steps, which is time.
Oh, show. Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I knew it was there somewhere. Right. So now how do I get it to play now?
Enter. Press enter.
Okay. Oh wait, hold on. Let me go back down. Then enter.
And then
Enter.
apply.
Then what?
Like apply frames.
Oh,
The thing
okay,
on the
thank you.
bottom.
Yeah. Alright, so now if I click play, there we go. Okay, it's going to be loading. Oh wow, look at how well it looked earlier due to the sunrise. And there's the eye
Yeah.
clearing up. Alright, gradually loading in
Oh
frames.
yeah, that's beautiful.
And then the eye temperature, or the surrounding temperature starting to warm up just a bit.
Yeah.
And then there's the signs of the eye wall replacement cycle. Somewhat the
I still
rings.
don't think there's an eye wall placement cycle.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so here is the come on, give me this. Right. Oh yeah, I see the western jog right over here. Or hold on. Ben, do you see it as well? It's gonna make a little bit of a
Yeah, I caught that. Yep.
Yep. It makes a little bit of a westward jog right over here. Yeah, I see that. That's cool seeing those storms do it. Even though they're that powerful, they wobble a lot as well. It's typically the weaker storms, right? That wobble a lot more.
Usually, also wobbling eye is a sign of a replacement cycle.
Oh yeah.
Usually,
Yeah.
It's a lot more prominent though. Like it's
No,
wobbling a lot.
there's a different. It's a different kind of like wobbling eye here. It's not like
Yeah, he was saying that it has to be a lot more of a wobble than just that little
Yeah.
bit.
It would be like the general eye, not like the whole system moving.
Yeah, it was the whole system in this case.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about. I think just the eye by itself is called like trishodial or something. I think that's what it's called. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I know how
I'm
it's
not
spelled.
memorizing that at all. Alright, so yeah, here's the whole entire wobble of the whole entire system. Right here can be seen. It's not just the eye that decides to do a little bit of a loop or something. No, it's the like how koinu tried to do its little bit of a loop. right before landfall in Taiwan. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention on that. I don't know if you guys knew this and whatnot, but I was doing the live coverage on Koinu, and I believe Rubens was the one there, and we were looking at how the eye stalled completely for about 3 hours or so in the same location. Did not, or maybe even 5 hours, I think it was, yeah, and then it did not want to move at all um, on approach towards Taiwan, and then it finally did it. It was crazy seeing hourly dots in the same exact spots. I meant, what do you use to see your satellites, by the way?
Usually just tropical tidbits, cyclonic, real Earth. Sometimes I try to use RAM, but on the college Wi-Fi here, it doesn't work very well.
Right.
But yeah,
'Cause, yeah, they look so
anyways,
cool and whatnot.
they
Do
do,
you
especially
edit
with like
them or
the
anything?
sandwich. No, not usually.
Right. So it's public,
Anyways,
right?
I think I'm gonna head off now. Yeah,
All right.
yep.
All right. Well,
I'm gonna
thank you.
probably.
How long
Yeah,
do
you're
you
welcome.
think it is until the next cone is out for Lidia?
It's probably gonna be within the next 20, 30 minutes.
Oh,
My
yeah.
best guess. Yeah.
All right, Ryan, what do you think? Because I know it's at 11 o'clock is when it's supposed to be. Do you think it's going to be a little bit earlier or later?
What for
The cone
Lydia?
for Lydia. Oh, and's for 19L.
It's usually earlier
Yeah.
than 11 p.m. unless if there's like recon.
Yep.
Just the general time frame is like 11 p.m.
Mhm.
That's like the absolute latest.
Yeah, typically.
It's within like 10:30 p.m. 10:30 or something like 11.
Mhm.
That's usually the area.
Oh, and Ben, thank you so much for joining in. Would you like to join in other coverages and stuff like that?
Yeah, true. If I have time, definitely.
Nice. All
Always
right.
fun
I'll keep
talking
you in
about
the
this
group
stuff.
chat and whatnot. I'm so glad you joined the
Yeah, sounds
Discord
good.
server. I did not know you had a Discord.
Yes, I do. I have had for a while, but yeah, thank you. Have a good night. You're welcome.
Yep,
Yeah.
good nights. Alright, me
Good
and
night.
you, Ryan. How long do you
Just
think
me
you're
and
going
you.
to stay on? Because I'm going to end it in about 30 minutes.
I mean, I have to shower.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna hop off.
Alright, when now?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, thank you so much for all your help on that.
Alright.
And this should be the last stream for a while. Yippee. I don't think there's going to be another stream for the next week or so. So that's going to aid in my rest and should give you more time available and stuff. Everyone now isn't focused on streams and stuff like that. So that's a very good thing. So yeah, thank you for participating in this. Thank you a lot.
Alright.
Alright, see ya.
Bye.
Oh, yep, that was everyone on the live coverage on the storm. Kevin, who are you again? You're Tuna, right? You can join if you want, I'd say. I'd have to remove someone else from the group chats. Tuna, right? I believe you're Tuna. Can you say it in the chats room and whatnot? Alright, I'm assuming you're Tuna. Sure. Alright, here, hold on. Let me ask him. Alright, yes, you're Tuna. Alright, I messaged you on Discord real quick. Alright, it's good. Okay, just want to make sure. Let's see, I'm gonna remove this guy who doesn't do anything at all, really. Alright, so yeah, now we have people who are actually do streams occasionally. Alright, hello, Tuna.
Hey.
Welcome. If you watch my
Okay.
stream or my screen share, you'll be able to see what I'm displaying this Chrome tab, okay? I'm not
Alright.
displaying Discord or anything. Right.
Alright.
So oh my god, this windy satellite, although it's inflated heavily, it makes storms like this look so stunning. Has a whole
I
entire
know.
annular shape to it. But yeah, it's that's not reality right now. In reality, it's all white right now, and it's trying to undergo an eye wall replacement cycle. I
Yeah.
personally believe it is undergoing one. It's gonna
The
take
eye
some
just,
time. What do you say?
I, s- I swear the eye on Windy, the eye looks so nice. It just, the
Yes.
structure of the storm
And the
just looks so
temperatures are
nice.
actually accurate in this. So if you go into the eye and you see 21 degrees Celsius, that's accurate because if you go over to something like Dapaya, the warmest part of the eye is 20.9 degrees Celsius. So yeah, that
Oh,
is correct. And it might be a
wow.
little bit warmer. There was something with, I believe, 26 degrees Celsius or something that was observed on some sort of satellite. So that is going to be a very intense system. I am still
Yeah.
holding by my estimates at 175 miles an hour. I think that's a good estimate overall on this kind of
Yeah.
storm. Um, but yeah, it's undergoing the eye wall replacement cycle, so it's likely peaking right now, I'd say. Um, Also, something to note though is the pinks on the bottom are coming back. The ones that initially faded away are now
Oh, yeah.
popping back up in the latest frames. Just a bit. So yeah, it's that's kind of the outer eye wall. You were here earlier, I think, to hear about it.
Yeah.
That's the there's different
Yeah.
rings around the eye right now, indicating
Wow.
the eye wall replacement cycle. It's going to be seen more later on. And also the eye wall is finally off of radar. Finally.
Oh, really? Wait,
Yes,
hold on.
I'm gonna pull it up on stream in a moment. Gonna show 50 frames. That's about the time we were streaming.
All
So
right.
it's been such a crazy journey seeing how the eye wall or eye of a storm can be seen from so far away from the radar that it has to go outside of its range to even not be seen anymore. Typically, they can disappear a lot earlier. Right, so I'm going to show it on stream in a moment. Sending it to the Discord so I can pull it up on stream. Let's see how long it is. Yeah, and now we have Tropical Depression 19L, which is going to be cool to see that cone when it comes out. Alright, but here's the radar imagery on how the eye of the storm is now leaving the Guam radar.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy, though, to see how you could see the, I believe that might even be indicating in the kind of eye wall replacement cycle where it's like, you'll see how
Yeah, I was about to say, what's it?
how it's circling around the intense parts of the eye wall are circling around it very quickly. You see how the yellow goes in loops and then it's the green goes in loops, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You can actually see, and you can see how quickly it's rotating. I think that might actually mean that it's just a very powerful system, not really a eye wall replacement cycle, although it is trying to undergo one. What were you gonna say?
Hold on. It kind of looks like it's starting to break up a bit. Just a little bit on
Well, the whole
radar.
reason why though is it's so far away from radar. That's likely in the deep
Uh,
reds. If it was like right next to the radar, it'd be in the deep reds. It's so far out
um,
that we're looking in the upper levels part of the storm.
that makes
Because you
sense.
know how like if we're looking at it vertically or horizontally, I guess, or like this is the eye wall or whatever. Instead of looking at around here at the base, we're looking up way up high near the top of the clouds up here.
All right. I was gonna say, so what do you think Lydia will be like for the next stop for the 11 p.m. uh Eastern time advisory?
Lydia may be around 90 miles an hour, so I'd say it's going to be rapidly weakening in
Yeah,
terms of
makes sense. All
strength.
the mountainous terrain.
Yeah. So if I pull it up on, let's see, here we can see how it's the eye is no longer seen, and now it's just a bunch
Yeah.
of dark convection clouds. It's something you typically see in a hurricane or something where you got your center area is the deepest of convection instead of you having an open slot in the middle. You'll see how it flips from being warmest in the center, coldest around it, to now coldest in the center, warmest in the outer edge. It's so interesting to see that transition that it
I
does.
know. I was about to say it looks so interesting how it just does that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna take a loop of this actually. It's very very cool. Right, let me just save it. Yeah, but the cone should be out within the next 24 minutes, both on Tropical Depression 19 and Hurricane Lydia.
If I stay on until then, I should be getting to bed soon, but I feel like I should just stay on because why not?
It'll be done within after the cone, I believe.
Yeah, I heard you say that,
hmm
so I thought, okay, well,
I
it
don't
makes
know though. The
sense.
thing is, more people are watching. If you see on my screen share, you'll see how there's been little dips and stuff. And so
Yeah.
overall, we're getting lots of live viewers, which is good.
In science, we're doing talking about waves and stuff like that, and now I can show my science teacher. Look at this. This looks like a wave.
Yeah. Oh well, look. Take a look at this low level circulation right over. Oh, never mind, my bad. Let me. You see it right here?
Where's that?
That's near Hawaii and stuff, not doing
Oh,
anything. It's a little cool. I think it's called westerly or something.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. You can sometimes see that in the Atlantic, but mainly in the Pacific.
Mm.
And they're interesting to look at. Like this might be
Yeah.
one over here. Just getting sheared or something. Look at it in daytime imagery. Oops. Let me go back another hour. Hard to see. Yeah, so there may be like a little circulation in here that's non-tropical.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Oh wait, over is that the system that's over Canada right now? Is that from Philippe, and
Philippe,
then
yes.
yeah,
I was
Philippe,
thinking
and then
about
the other
earlier
low?
that it merged with the low, but it actually seemed like Philippe was the one that mainly did it. So that's its large post-tropical low.
Wow.
I know. If I go back
Oh, that's from like
earlier,
that's that extends from all the way from like northern Quebec to all the way down to like Ohio, those areas,
yeah. And earlier it was
Pennsylvania,
extending all the way up
Indiana.
to Greenland. And it kind of is right
Oh,
now.
yeah, I was about to
If you
say, it
look
looks
at
like
it
it
right here,
is. That's
um,
just crazy how big some storms could get when they become post-tropical.
yeah. Another bad
Yeah,
thing though that this could cause though is the wildfires smoke. Like we've had this scenario before, and that's when we got all the smoke in New York and stuff like that, where there was a low just like this spinning the fires around it. But thankfully, it looks like the fires are going the opposite direction due to something else. I don't know what that
that is
is
good.
though.
I mean, it's not good for Canada because they're still getting wildfires, but
Yeah,
at least
smoke is going to
less.
lesser populated areas.
That's good.
Yes,
That's definitely good.
because when you get down to the United States, that's when you get more populated areas. The more north you go, the less populated.
Makes sense. But yeah,
Oh yeah, but it's going to be a very interesting this thing to see how powerful the system actually gets on approach to you, Alaska. Because it's going to be very powerful up here, and then it's going to stall
yeah,
out, and then finally hit
yeah.
Alaska.
I was looking at Windy, showing like, wait, what was it again? Hold on, I'm gonna go back to it. They're showing strong, like very high waves for the south coast of Alaska in the islands.
hmm
So yeah, strong winds, very high waves.
Oh, yeah, here, and you see the lightning around the eye, right over here. Earlier was down here, but now it's been moving this way, so it's now on the western side. And I
Huh.
believe this will. What else is my other websites? Don't know where it went, but yeah, these lightning strikes have happened very recently.
So that's with bolaven.
Yes,
Wait,
Bolavens.
that's oh, I was pronounced it right. That's shocking.
Yeah, Bolaven, I believe. Thought it was Bulaven, but no, it's Bolaven.
I thought it was bolavan.
They have such weird pronunciations.
I'm not really like the Western Pacific has a lot of weird
Yeah, like
pronunciations.
koinu or something like that.
Koinu. I wasn't even gonna try to
Doxurai.
pronounce. I wasn't gonna try to pronounce Doctor I until I heard somebody else say it. I wasn't gonna try it with
Yeah, is this
Koinu.
like Doxuri or Doxurai?
That was Doctory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sergey, I knew back in
Oh yeah, and here's
2020.
Tropical Depression 19 on here. You'd see it on this, but we can't
So
see
you,
the.
so you would say that's a tropical depression
It's
now?
officially a tropical depression.
Oh, officially. Wait, hold
Yes.
on.
I mean,
Let me
if I go to
see.
the. See right here? Oh, there we go. See it right
Oh,
here?
usually they do. Oh, the NHC will innovate advisories on blah blah blah.
Yeah,
Uh,
I didn't realize they
um,
didn't do that.
yeah,
Alright,
they didn't do
so
that.
here's the text. Tropical depression forms in the eastern tropical Atlantic. 35 miles an hour, 1,008 millibars, your typical um, low and whatnots. Now it's good that they made that early because the reason why they made it early is they're all focusing on Lydia right now.
Oh,
So that's why they issued it so early. Oh, here's the new advisory. It just came out actually. Hurricane Lydia moving inland over west central Mexico. Life-threatening winds and flooding rainfall continue to spread over west central Mexico. They have it as a Category 2, 105 miles an hour.
oh wow,
The
that
cone's
definitely
not
weakened quite a bit.
updated at all. That's going to take a little while. Let me look at their forecast discussion. Um, well, they have only a second point at a 40 miles an hour within 12 hours. Yeah, so afterwards, it's just going to be dead.
No,
Gone.
I'm just gonna mute myself for a couple minutes. I gotta go brush my
Alright.
teeth and stuff.
Yep. Alright, so
All
yeah,
right, I'll be right back.
Lydia's down to a Category 2 right now. Can't really be seen on here yet. But it is down to Category 2 status, and it is going to be continuing to weaken. It may even be a Category 1 at this point. It's just that the mountainous terrain is thankfully tearing apart the system. But it's also making it a little bit wider. You can see how stretched it became? Earlier it was more a circular system, and now it's spreading due to wind shear, pushing it this way. But yeah, it's going the same direction as the wind shear. So while the storm's moving this way, wind shear is also pushing all the clouds that way. That's why you see how the system is so not symmetrical. It's all like this, pushed this way, all the way to Texas and things like that. If I show it on this, you can see how far the clouds are pushed. That's why there's a risk for flash flooding. I don't think there's any flash flood warnings issued. Nope, nothing issued at all. But yeah, heavy or little bits of light rain bands and stuff are in the area. Light to moderate rain. Yeah, over here you can just see how wide stretching the wind shear is pushing all of these clouds. Alright, so after we get the cones in and around 9 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, 11 p.m. Eastern Time, the stream may end. So yeah, tropical depression forms in the Atlantic. That's been seen clearly. I don't know if I'm gonna end it actually at 11.
All right, I'm back.
All right, I don't know if I'm actually gonna end it at 11. There's been more and
All
more
right.
people watching the stream.
Well, I'll go whenever you're ready to go,
Alright,
unless I have to go earlier. For now, I have until at least 11, but I'll stay on because bedtime
nice.
is overrated.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, after this, I'll be finally able to sleep earlier. I cannot
That's
wait.
good. Congrats. Oh, wow. Yeah. Did you see the track for 19?
No, I haven't seen the cone. Don't spoil it yet. Let me pull it up.
Yeah.
Oops, wrong thing. Let's see. Where's the National Hurricane Center? Right. Okay. Yeah. So let me look
Yeah.
at their peak. 45-mile-an-hour peak. Okay, interesting. Earlier it was looking like it could be a hurricane, but nope. Looks like it's just gonna be a tropical storm. Low end one at that.
Yeah. And that's just gonna completely, that's just gonna weekend, come post-tropical, and then
Oh yeah, here's
die
Lydia's
off.
cone. There it is. And that lake
Yeah.
there that has a camera in it, so they're getting tropical storm conditions. This area right over here is getting tropical storm conditions. If I pull it up right over
Where are
here,
you finding all these where are you finding all these
windy.
webcams?
If we go to cameras, this little button down here, and we go over to Mexico, give it a moment. Yeah, but this lake right over here is where the storm's at, or where this camera's at. But the center's not over
Alright.
it. See, this camera's been down for more than 2 hours. I don't know if
Oh,
you were there when the power flickered and then it was just cut off.
yeah, I definitely, I probably wasn't there. Yeah, I definitely wasn't there.
Yeah, the power flickered briefly in the hotel. It turned off and then it turned back on, and then the camera just stopped. And
Then
it's
it completely just died off.
yes, the it just
Um,
froze. Like there is no more imagery, no nothing. It was like seconds. It's like 60 or 30 frames per second imagery, or where you can see live, like second by second what it's looking like. Smooth imagery, not like image like this or something. But yeah, it was very clear to see that it froze. Oh wait, what did it just say? No, never mind. Resorts. Okay. See about us, the web page. The camera isn't loading.
there's it's just nothing. It's just a blank screen.
Yeah.
I wasn't. I actually, for my area, like the beaches and stuff, when there's like
Mhm.
storms, like tropical systems hitting. I have a few websites that you can go to for live webcams for the beaches.
All right.
One of them is for my local beach that I usually go to. The website is visit Dunedin, Unedin.
Right.
Uh, Webcam for Honeymoon Island, and then go to Fox 13. You have like Clearwater Beach,
Mhm.
St. Pete Beach, I think.
I'd
Uh,
probably be chasing though if that happened.
yeah.
So
Just in case if you don't,
yeah.
is what I'm saying.
But here you can see the flow of the clouds because of like
Oh
wind shear
wow,
and whatnot moving it this direction. So you can see how it's like a bow, and then that way.
very elongated.
Yes, this is some stretched out.
Yeah.
But also notice how thick that rain band is right over here.
Oh
You got
yeah,
your core and then you got your rain bands. I believe this can be seen on here. Yep, see that other rain bands? That's stronger than. And that's been having lots of lightning as well.
really.
I believe so, if I pull this up. You see, there's little bits of lightning strikes. Lots of them. See it?
Just a bit. It's kind of like lower quality.
Alright, let me zoom in some. See these little flashes? Are you watching my
But
stream?
like your
Screen share?
you're sharing a screen. It's just low quality for some weird reason.
Alright,
Like
here,
your
let me
entire
zoom in some
screen.
more. Can you see this icon? briefly. It's going to load up again. See, there's this, this. Can you see it?
Oh yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
So wait, are you watching my stream or my screen share?
Your screen share.
Alright, good. Alright. Just want to make sure my stream isn't low quality. It's not low quality, right? You were watching it.
When I was watching it, it wasn't.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I was just watching it on my phone, but I
Alright.
can't do that anymore since this. Hold on. Oh, I don't know if you got my message, but I remember when we played Roblox earlier, I got that video uploaded.
Oh,
So
okay,
up
that
on
video.
and
Okay, that's what you were talking about.
oh yeah, I'm looking at the stream at the live stream right now. Very good quality.
Nice. Yeah, but it's one of the coolest things to be looking at, though, is just the imagery of Typhoon Bolaven.
Like the eye, I just like seeing the eye.
Yes.
Like I could look at it all day.
Yeah, yeah. Such smooth
Even
stuff.
though even though I have plenty of tests and it'll really affect my grade, I can still just look at that all day long.
Yeah.
Give me those. Give me some Fs. I don't care. I just want to look at that.
I mean, it's just shows the power of some storms and whatnot.
Exactly. I
Alright.
just gotta get a screenshot of that.
Yeah, here I'm gonna go and zoom in some. There you go.
It's just awesome.
Yeah. And
I was gonna
seeing the
say,
slow progression. Yeah, but one of the main things is Rota.
yeah, I remember.
Dodged the bullets on this one. Same with Tinian, Saipan,
Yeah,
Guam.
I think that like Northern Rhoda ended up like getting typhoon force winds. I think
What?
like for Northern. Hold
Right
on.
now or earlier?
For no earlier they
Yeah.
got when I was hitting.
Yeah, I believe so. That could have been the case. Yeah, Vince, I saw your message on the fact that Tropical Depression 11 has formed.
11.
Or 19, my bad. Thank
Good
you.
job.
Right. So it's interesting to see the entire paragraph of stuff issued on a disturbance with 0% chances of formation. Due to the fact that it's going to be
Yeah.
merging with a developing frontal boundary over the western Gulf of Mexico early Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yep. Going to head towards the
I
area.
honestly honestly I didn't even expect them to have it designated as an invest.
Yeah. Well, if it's going to go towards the United States, they really need to.
Yeah.
If it's going towards
I
land.
I mean, I guess it makes sense. But that's why you have the National Weather Service.
Yep. Let me look at what run this was. This was 18Z October 9th.
Wait. What storm is that?
One you'll see. 18Z October 9th. Alright, watch this. This is... Oh, wait, no, wrong storm. Look, this was
That's
93
93
Ls.
L.
93 Ls loop, okay, on halves B. There it goes
I'm
towards
sorry. What?
California's. It goes towards an upper level low. Focuses on it.
Did they get confused or something like that?
Yes, they get very, very confused. So if you
And
want to look at the
then it
sped
sets
up
them off.
version,
Then another thing. Then it sets them off to Mid Atlantic.
yeah, it's
Like
crazy how
what?
they do this here. Anyways,
Yeah.
and something that can be seen though is that there may be some areas of rain still occurring on some of the northern Mariana Islands, but nothing like tropical storm or typhoon force winds, thankfully. I don't think so. I'm gonna look at the JTWC's cone on Bulaven.
Oh, by the way, event when you were talking about the tropical depression forming, that's why you've got me because of course I'm gonna tell them about that.
Yeah. Also, events, they asked how do I get that satellite on Windy? It's a custom color scale, okay? Um, I tried to apply Tropical Tidbits color scale to this, and as you can probably tell, they don't look exactly the same color,
Yeah.
and it's because it inflates the imagery somehow when I did the color scale. So that's why it looks so bad.
Wow.
Or I mean, it looks so good when you have storms with eyes.
Yeah.
It just looks so bad with normal storms, like Lydia. If I go over to Lydia, right down here on the last frame, it doesn't look good. It looks like it looks like it's very, very powerful when it's not.
Yeah. It was only a cat too.
Yeah.
I remember the eye off of Dora. That was a nice. Dora had a nice eye to it.
Yes.
I don't remember with Ian because like I was up in Boston for unfortunately my dad's funeral at that time, so I never actually saw the eye. So it's too busy spending time with my family and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I was checking National Hurricane Center and stuff like that, but that's about it. Never like really
Its
checked
eye
the
wasn't really
satellite.
anything impressive. I'd say it was just
Oh,
ragged, like little boxes and stuff like that around the. Wasn't that good. It wasn't like a perfect circle.
uh,
Perfect circles are normally only seen with powerful, well, storms without recon, category 4s and 5s. Um,
uh,
Storms with recon like Ian, that's a different case. Like, think about Michael. Michael had a good eye, but it also did have recon, so it depends. It's just that Ian did not have a
mm.
good eye.
But yeah, I mean it makes sense.
But it's almost 11. I'm gonna wonder how many people are still watching then. Yeah, but the custom color scale you can make it yourself by going to on the left and then going to click on where is it? Settings, then custom color scale all the way at the bottom. And you could change it for your own things, whatever you want.
Oh, that's nice. Why do that?
Yes. That's how I do the wind accumulate or like winds and stuff like that. Oh well, this is the forecast for a storm. Jeez, comes a complete total powerhouse over there. Briefly, at least.
Wait, so so that's wind?
Yes, that's winds. This is wind accumulation, so I'm showing how high the wind gust could get. No, it's not the most accurate. Obviously, it's not a high resolution model,
Yeah.
and this is from a different system entirely. This little bits of yellow and stuff like that. So that's from a system that's here right now. Probably pull
Ah,
it up on Zoom Earth. Should be daylight for the system. Yes, or almost.
almost. Yeah.
I know, and here it is. That's the system right over here. It's gonna become a
Do you
powerful. What?
do you think that bolaven will collide with that system?
No, no. If I
No.
pull up the model run for the area, let's see, where is it? North Pacific. There's that first system. There's bolaven. You see how the first system heads towards Alaska?
Oh, that thing's gonna be long gone
Yeah, right
by the
over
time.
here, and then it starts dying out. It could be a big threat to Alaska. I can't rule that out. But then afterwards,
Yeah,
bolaven's gonna be well
I think
behind
there's like
it.
a high wind warning for the islands.
Wouldn't be? Oh
Or like
yeah, I
I
forgot.
don't.
I can probably check if there's anything issued for the area.
Yeah, Adak. I don't know how to pronounce it because I'm an idiot.
We can't. Oh whoa! I can see
Not
the
not not exactly in Unalaska,
yeah, high
but
wind warning. 40 to 60
yeah.
miles an hour with gusts of up to 80, and then wind advisories for other parts.
Wait, where do you see a wind
Special weather
advisory?
statement. Oh, never mind. It's special weather statements.
Yeah, I was about to say a special weather statement for Unalaska.
Hmm.
For Unalaska Island and another island that I cannot pronounce.
Yep. But wait a second. Hold on. What are these islands? Small craft advisory. What's this? What are these islands under? High surf advisories. Okay. I didn't realize Guam manages two other areas. But I'm looking on my phone right now, and
Wait, where are we talking
typhoon
about?
warnings are still in effect. Right, I'm
Yeah.
just looking on my phone in the Northern Mariana Islands, such as Guam and stuff like that. It's basically, um,
I don't know why they still like they could have like just downgrade it. They're gonna do anything because I think there's still tropical storm force winds for that area. At least just downgrade to a tropical storm warning.
yeah, but it includes the ocean, by the way.
Yeah.
It's not for the island; it's for the ocean around it.
No, I think it's also for the ocean for
Ch-
the island too.
Let me check.
Yeah, it's actually it
No,
is
no, no.
for
There's
the
only
island.
hurricane local statements for the islands.
Well, not for Guam, but for oh wait, maybe
Yeah,
oh for
for all
my
the islands, they're under um, hurricane local statements. The islands
wait,
around them, though. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's imagery. I can show. This area is basically the area under a typhoon warning, not the islands, though.
yeah.
And that's likely
I
going to
know
be
that like
downgraded soon.
I know that the offshore areas of Guam just has a small craft advisory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of crazy how it just goes from straight from a typhoon warning to a small craft advisory.
Yep.
It's not a small difference.
20 to 25 knot winds with wind gusts of up to 35 knots, so tropical storm force winds. Seas from 11 to 16 feet. Oh yeah, that's another thing to talk about. The rip current threats with the system.
Yeah, they're
Significant wave heights. Alright, time to go back a lot. Oh jeez, I just saw the preview of a disaster. Yeah, so there's Typhoon Ducks or Typhoon Bolaven. See,
yeah,
there's the
so
high surf conditions, and you'll notice wherever the winds, the arrows are blowing towards a place, that's where you get the worst rip currents.
hmm.
So like Guam and stuff like that, so they're gonna be in a big risk. But then it has so much time to grow, and you'll notice right over here how it slams into
oh
the
wow. Like all the west coast of the
yes.
US, southern Alaska, Canada, those are wow.
Oh, and this purple color is 50 feet waves,
So anyway,
meaning
so
that are like swells. So like if you're talking about like an ocean where it's like these big swells or whatnot, where the waves aren't crashing, like one of these things or something, I guess you could say, or whatever. It's just swells where it's up, down, but it's like 50 feet tall, and
that's
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 those
pretty
things you see
bad.
where like ships can like horror ships or whatever whenever they're
Oh
going
yeah,
through it.
I've seen those videos
Yeah,
of ships and storms, stuff like that.
yeah. Right here, I'm gonna save this as a loop actually.
But I unfortunately have got to get to bed. Every once in a while for like live coverage streams, could I like join
Yeah,
in?
sure. I'm glad you displayed your knowledge in tropical cyclones. That's pretty good.
Told
And
you I'm
now that
not.
not many people are watching, I can probably actually end the thing.
Oh, all right.
So that's good. I'll end it in a
Well,
bit.
you get to get your sleep schedule back to normal, huh?
Yes. Tomorrow I can
Congra-
finally start. Tonight I'm
Congrats
gonna
for
go to
that.
sleep earlier. Thank God.
Congrats.
Yes. Alright.
Well, it's nice being a part of the stream.
Yes. Nice.
Have
Thanks for always watching the stream as well. Alright. So yeah.
no problem. So I'll see you in the. If you end up doing like a daily call party
Yeah,
tomorrow in
probably
Discord,
tomorrow.
I'll see you
I don't know. I might be focusing on work or sleeping in.
there.
Alright.
But anyway, have a
Yep.
good one.
Alright, see ya. Alright, so
Bye.
yep. Bye. Yeah, big thanks to Tuna there for participating in the stream. And one of the another thing though is yeah, I get to finally get my sleep back. So I'm gonna give you all some closing statements, I think, for the systems, stuff like that. And this will just be my final thoughts on everything. Since the stream's been running for about 3.5 hours now. So I'm gonna go over every system, what my thoughts are, just to close it out. So to start with, we have the remnants of Koinu. Not doing much. It's just gonna be a little bit of a not much of anything. It's basically dying out. We have Tropical Depression 19L, which is likely going to strengthen, maybe even be a little bit stronger than 45 miles an hour. Don't expect a hurricane out of this. I don't expect any United States threats. It's just going to die out around here. So, that's just going to be your typical little low-end tropical storm. We have Max, which is finally dead right now. And then we have Invest 93L. Alright, now I'm going to spend a little bit more time on this. Invest 93L is going to merge with Lidia, and then they're going to go towards Florida. Could produce gale force winds in this area, and then you'll get your bits of tornado risk in this area, basically. Mainly near Tampa, north of Cape Coral, they're going to be getting a bigger tornado threats. 5% risk, which is pretty rare. You typically only see that with hurricanes kind of systems. Like here's the Storm Prediction Center. You could see the tornado risk for Florida. So that's going to be an interesting thing to track tomorrow. I don't know. I'm not going to be doing a stream on it. Alright, but if we go back to look at the where is it? Where's my zoom Earth? There we go. Yeah, so that's going to be a big rainmaker, especially for this area. Going to be lots and lots of heavy rain before it finally fizzles out. And then two more storms. Next we have Lidia, Category 2. Likely, I'd say Category 1 at this point. But it's going to be rapidly weakening, probably die out by the time it reaches this area. So that's what that's. Mudslides are a big concern, so look out for that. Try not to just make sure it's okay to be going out and doing stuff. And then lastly, we have Typhoon Bolaven, and this is a powerhouse of a storm right now. Undergoing likely an eye wall replacement cycle, and then that's going to be heading out to sea. Just one last look at it before we end the stream, basically. But I'm going to play the loop while it's ongoing. Okay, I'm going to turn off lightning. So with this system, it's going to be a let me just make sure my stream looks good on it and I can put it in a proper spot. Yes, alright. So with the storm, it's looking like it's going to be undergoing an eye wall replacement cycle and could be a powerful Category 5 after it finishes. Maybe even 185 mph plus at that point. But thankfully, it's not going towards any land areas. And that's mainly it. It's a beautiful system. Alright. Anyways, stay safe out there. We'll be back whenever there's another United States land threat. Bye.